It is the Drama House live, honey. Welcome. Who's ready to talk? Who's ready to talk, divas? We've got so much to say. We absolutely do. How's it going, my friends? Welcome, welcome. It's the Drama House live. Yes, we're live. VM, first in the chat. Hello. How's it going? True Falco is here. Hello. Cherry Bonbon. Ready with that ice cream, honey. I'm so jealous. Greg, welcome. Welcome, Matt. Thank you so much for joining. Bayani Bots is here. Yes. Ready for all the good tea. All the good tea, honey, and some new sound bites. So, like, is this your day or what? I'm gonna hit you with the first one that I know you're gonna love.
Jesus.
Hey, babe, how's life?
Jesus.
Barbie, the Sims 4 team did a live stream yesterday where they talked about their 150 plus bugs.
Jesus.
Barbie, she's here.
Jesus.
She's here with us because we've got so much good tea. Guys, I don't know, you are here live today, and be blessed because I don't know if this live stream is gonna stay up after we're done streaming it. I'm just saying.
Ooh, girl.
Because yes, we are gonna be watching together the live stream that happened yesterday, that the Sims team hosted yesterday. And I watched it because I wanted to make sure that it was Drama House talk worthy, that it was show material. And I think it is. So stick around. We're gonna have to stick together for this one. But I think it's worthy. It's like more or less 1 hour. We're gonna be skipping through stuff, but I've got something to say. So let me show you the agenda, baby. Where are you, agenda, baby? There she is. Okay, we're gonna be polling about infant gameplay because oh my god, it's so important apparently now for some reasons. And it's obviously connected to what is happening with our headline, honey. The headline 150 plus bugs and fixes for The Sims 4. Allegedly, we haven't seen them all. They're not in the game yet. So this was like a sneak peek that we're gonna be talking about. And let me know in the live chat right now, baby, if you have watched the live stream too. If you watched the one on Discord, which I have not, and so we can compare notes. And then finally, if we have time, because this is gonna be one of those streams, do you have your favorite snacks? Your favorite happy pan? Get everything you need. Make a margarita, baby, because today is the day. But if we have time, we will dish about the Sims 4 marketplace because, I mean,
Jesus.
there's always something to say. There's always something to say about it. So are you ready to poll? If you're joining now, please join the live chat, baby. Look at it flowing. I like to see it flowing. I like to see a good old cascade of hearts. So make it rain. We deserve. And you know who really deserves a very good rain of hearts in the chat? Yes, it's the VIP of the channel. Miss Veronica is here. Yes, she's here. So please say aye to the best mod ever. Because if you don't know it, we are here because of her. Because if she hadn't been with me since day one, we probably would have never streamed again after I panicked during my very first live stream. That's some tea for you, baby. Let's go. We are busy. We're busy divas today, so let's poll. Get your documents. We're voting. Hi. We're so back. Okay, I'm gonna post the poll. Little rules if you're new here, and if you're watching this on replay, be blessed because that means that The Sims has not claimed anything. And the video managed to stay up, honey. So just know the rules. When we poll, the poll is up the entire stream. So we look at the results by the end of it. You gotta stay, baby. And if you need to go, you gotta come back because usually we spend a couple of hours together. So don't worry about that. I'm gonna be posting the poll right now. And you keep those hearts coming because I love it. Okay, start the poll. The question being, do you like The Sims 4 Infant? Oh, what did I write? Let's try and make it understandable. Infants gameplay. Question mark. Love it. I love it. Or I hate it. Or, which this one is also possible, never did it. Never played it, diva. Okay, love it, hate it, never played it, which could be you never played The Sims 4. We welcome you here, honey, be blessed. It could mean that, or it could mean you just don't like infants gameplay. Maybe you were playing, but since they, like, infants are not that old, so maybe you just never had the chance. If you already know what you want to say, let me know right now, baby. The poll is up. The poll is up, and as we always say, Barbie and I, we're ready to come to.
Jesus.
Okay, today they're gonna keep flowing. I apologize in advance, but I also have this one. So in case it's too much, I will clock myself. Don't you worry. Cherry Bonbon is saying, I didn't mind it. When I did play it, I'm lost. You're right. There is an in-between. Like, I am... I don't have many feelings about it. Thank you for... In case... That's a good catch. In case, let us know in the live chat so we can keep discussing about it. And you'll see that the reason why I wanted to poll about this is because all of a sudden, the Sims 4 team really cares about infants, and that's all they're gonna be talking about. But we gotta stay vigilant for our headline, honey. Meaning, little spoiler here, but there are going to be some times, and I mean this was my first impression, so let's see if it changes in the meantime. But there are going to be some times that they say something is happening on the screen, but it really isn't on the screen. So somehow, kind of asking us to see something that ain't there. Ooh, ooh. Okay, so if you have any more questions about the poll, let us know in the chat. I mean, the chat for you should be right here, right? I don't know. But let's go to the headline because we've got so much to say. I'm gonna give you a little we're not gonna dive right into the stream, so we can all be up to date on the topic. The headline being all of this miraculous fixes and everything that comes with this quality of life update or whatever for The Sims 4. There's a lot to talk about. So keep those votes coming if you already have them. And let's talk about our main title. Hi. You've reached the headline office of the drama house. You can leave a note after the beep. No, but I think now that we've reached the headline, it's a good time to let you have another soundbite that is all for you, and you're gonna love it.
The woman, there's a woman's, like, she's a real person and she does the voiceovers for Sims.
There's a woman, a real woman, honey, and she does the voiceover for Sims. Did you catch that? It was Kylie Jenner. maybe one day, who knows? Maybe she's going to become a friend of the show. We don't know. Okay. More, if you're interested in more, you can catch. There's a dedicated cut of that specific live stream where we watched Kylie talk about The Sims. Um, yes, no, Cherry Bonbon. I'm obsessed with that. I couldn't wait to make a soundbite out of it. We need it. We are probably gonna be seeing a lot of women, so that always works. I love it. Um, okay, let me see. Leave a like, by the way, if you're having a good time. And okay, let me just see what we have first, because before talking about the live stream, I just want to show you um what they've posted about it. We're gonna see a little trailer that they had on Insta, and then I'm gonna show you what they wrote in their blog post, and then we're gonna move on to the live stream, being like the Sims team. Okay, thank you, Instagram, for being problematic as usual. The Sims team kind of doing a walkthrough of what to expect, being the major features. Okay, so you guys come here because I gotta read. Keep these messages coming. Because I'm always reading, and if I don't catch you right away, honey, I will catch you later, because I always want to see what you're saying in the chat. Okay. So is this happening for us? Yes. Fabulous. Okay, okay. Hold on. Is there any chance to rewind on Instagram? I don't think so. So this is the little trailer, okay, that they shared, talking about this great thing that they're doing with yet another game update, another major game update for The Sims 4 occur. If we catch it, I think we're kind of maybe at the beginning, but I will obviously replay.
That feedback coming. Sul Simmers.
Okay.
We've heard your feedback, and it's shaping our focus in the months ahead for The Sims 4. Coming up next, our new quality of life update is on May 12th, bringing over 150 bug fixes to the game. Based on player feedback, we fixed a bunch of top-voted community issues, improved infant gameplay, and your Sims autonomy. Tuning. On top of these fixes, there will be some new additions, including layering in Create a Sim, new save backups, and a new infant playmat. Find the full list for the May update in our laundry list. As always, thank you, and keep that feedback coming.
Thank you, and keep that feedback for yourself, bitch. Okay, so did you see the infants are already there? So the major points of this update that we're gonna see from the live stream too are the infants, and the caregiver autonomy or engagement with the infants, and then the layering of the clothes, and a new management system for your save files in The Sims 4. At least this is what they're gonna be showing us in the live stream. And there's also, I think, one new object that they're shipping. I don't know if they're saying it right
Simmers.
here.
We've heard your feedback, and it's shaping our focus in the months ahead for The Sims 4. Coming up next, our new quality of life update is on May 12th, bringing over 150 bug fixes to the game. Based on player feedback, we fixed a bunch of top-voted community issues, improved infant gameplay, and your Sims
The audacity to show the pictures right there, by the way. Audacious. That's a bug you guys are never gonna fix. I'm sorry.
autonomy. Tuning. On top of these fixes, there will be some new additions, including layering in Create a Sim, new save backups, and a new infant playmat. Find the full list for the May update in our laundry list. As always, Thank you, and keep that feedback coming.
Yo. Okay. So yes, you saw it there. It's the layering, the infants, and this save file. This way to basically restore quickly in the game your previous save file. That's basically what it is, and they're going to take us through it. But yes, are going to read what they're saying in their blog post too. I am kind of curious to just see like a couple of comments. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, love that the first one is stop the EA buyout, although I would really love to see it as boycott EA. You know what I mean? Because stop the EA buyout, baby, that was yesterday history. We're talking about the present. We're talking about today. We would like to boycott so they don't see 1 cent from us. But you know, better than nothing. Biggest bug that needs fixed is the EA buyout. Correct. Why were there $150 to begin with? The people are asking the right questions, it seems. So why, if we're fixing $150, honey, it means that there was time and space for them to happen. I wonder what part of the game will break this time. Okay, this comment is so unserious. I hope you guys get so mad at EA, but might I suggest just appreciating the whimsy and goodness of the game and get over it? Okay, baby. That's great. Let's appreciate the whimsy of this. We'll see a lot of that's actually a good point. I'm glad we read that comment. I'm glad we read the comment about the whimsy of the game because we're gonna see. Look, if you're somebody like me that hasn't opened the actual game, The Sims 4, in a while, you are going to find yourself really yearning for that whimsy, and we'll see the game in action. So let's see what's up with this whimsy. You know what I mean? Stay, eyes on the prize, honey. We are critical and for a reason. And I gotta tell you, yesterday when I finished watching the live stream, I was like, "Oh, I'm about to just sit here and go berserk." But then I was like, "No, no, no, we gotta do this together. It's better together, right?" So let's just have a look at the blog post before we go and see this magnificent, whimsical live stream that they hosted. Okay. So, upcoming. Oh, hold on, because I have a reminder for my wonderful live chat. Pin the Discord link. So true, VM, absolutely. Because, honey, let's imagine that this live stream doesn't exist anymore after we're live. And yeah, I'm gonna have to tell you what happened and the tea. And if I hope nothing happens, but in that case, you gotta come to Discord, so I'll let you know over there. And also join the Discord server. So on Monday, you can come for bingo. Bingo with your friends. You're booked. I know you're always there thinking, what am I doing? What am I doing with my Mondays? Come to the live stream and play some bingo with some fabulous friends. Mm? It's the vibe. It's the thing. Come on. And also, Paralives is coming, bestie, which means that on Mondays, possibly, we will be playing Paralives. So, bingo plus Paralives live stream, it's sounding pretty good to me. So please join right now. Just hit the link. It's free, and you can have a good time with our wonderful community. We're almost reaching 100 on Discord. I'm so proud of us, you guys. So for the members, thank you. I so appreciate you. Let's see the laundry list, upcoming quality of life updates, free content, and more shit we can gloat about because this is the root of everything, you guys. This is a campaign so that they can show you how much you can still trust them and this game and the Sims franchise in general because they need to prepare you. they need to lube you up, baby, because Project Renee slash Project X slash Project Confusion, she's coming eventually. So they gotta make sure that they don't lose all of these ride or die fans. They're not talking about us. This is not for us. We are just witnesses. We are just commenting. We're just here. We were here before, and we're just seeing what's going on. But for the people that are very, very, very in love with The Sims 4 and EA, it's a tough time because the marketplace is not going well for anybody. The community doesn't like it, even the ride or die fans. So we got to put everything in the context of this is like your bestie's toxic friend coming back for round 5,000, and we are the guardrails that are going to speak on it. That's what's happening. Sul simmers. Wait, Barbie, where are you? I'm gonna need you on a speed dial. Sul simmers.
Jesus.
Yeah. Over the years, The Sims 4 has grown with an incredible range of content and experiences, from new ways to create and customize to deeper life stages and gameplay systems. This means nothing. Over the next few months, our focus is on making the content even better by delivering improvements to the gameplay that matters most to Simmers. As a part of the effort, today's laundry list details some of the 150 plus fixes and new features coming in our base game update on May the 12th, including improvements for some of your highest requested asks. This means new optimization for infants, toddlers, sleep. I gotta say, I mean, we'll see. And honestly, I don't play with any of this in my life. You know what I do? I install a Windows XP emulator because I want to play those Barbie video games, baby. That's what I do. But I did not see them talking about toddlers at all. So we'll see what's up with these toddlers. Sleep, general sim autonomy, plus fixes for top voted community issues. These areas of improvement have been directly informed by top EA forums issues, which, babe, here at the Drama House, we are frequent visitors of the EA forum issues. That's right. Yes. Uh, Live chat, you know that we're always hanging around there because we got to see what's going on. And we've read about all of those console bugs. We read about those. We sure did. Directly in the EA forums issues. We're also increasing the frequency of automatically generated backup saves, adding a new infant playmats, bringing a new layering features in Create a Sim, okay, list of things, and continuing to expand on the technical info we provide to modders and content to support their work. Look out for a lot more details in the patch notes. Oh my God, you guys. Oh, EA, like they are so good to modders and to custom content creators, honey. Did you know? Did you know that the best place to be modding and creating custom content for is the Sims 4 community? Eh, did you ever hear that?
Ooh, girl.
Girl, don't mess with us because our eyes are open and we know what we're talking about. If you're hungry, woo, not hungry, um, we are not hungry, but you guys over there writing these posts and trying to do this little PR stunts so that people don't think that you hate them, it's giving thirsty. That's what it's giving.
Jesus.
I know, Barbie, but sometimes we gotta say it. Um, so we'll be hosting a special dev Q&A in our Sims Discord on May the 5th at 2 p.m. Pacific time and a Twitch live stream on May the 6th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Now, if just like me, you're asking yourself, why the heck didn't they do this on YouTube? I don't know. I saw other people asking about this, and one of the answers that I gave myself was that they know that the people of the YouTube are pissed. They did not want that live chat. Because I saw the live chat, how it was on Twitch, and I did not see any of you guys. Maybe you were there in incognito. I don't know, but I did not see you. I did not see a lot of critical thinking. I saw like one message towards the end, but it wasn't even that critical. But nonetheless, it was not answered. The fun doesn't stop here, baby love. In the months ahead, will continue in the months that divide us from being officially bought out by Jared. Jared Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. In the months ahead, we'll continue shipping more fixes, delivering new free content, and rolling out collaborations and partnerships we can't wait to share with you. And now that is all speculation that I just like quickly saw scrolling. Maybe it was the Sims community that posted it. You know, they're always posting whatever preview of stuff, like whatever leak. That's what it is, a leak. But I saw a leak about an alleged kid, like Bridgerton inspired. And I thought,
Jesus.
but we'll see. I don't know if that's confirmed. I don't even know how like accurate that leak was. But reading that in here, they're talking about new collabs and partnerships. I don't know. Could be. Ensuring you have a positive Sims experience is so critical to us. Yeah. If you are experiencing crashes or other game stopping issues, please read our post here. Dun, dun, dun. Where does it take you? If not, all the roads lead to Rome, honey. And here's Rome, the EA forums, which again we know very well. Thank you. So read the post here is how to do it, so they can mark it as solved and tell you that you're talking about 4 different issues in the same post. So you'll have to submit them separately because we've seen that that's how they roll. But I mean, just saying. And thank you for your feedback as we continue to invest and improve The Sims 4. It's been 12 years almost of improving The Sims 4. But hey, I guess that there is continuous room for improvement in this project. Thank you, The Sims team, always giving us nothing. Fixes for most voted issues. Oh, there they are. There they are, baby. The photos implemented 6 fixes addressing different causes of texture loss, along with additional QV testings on paintings and photos to catch previously unreported cases. At the time of writing, we all know black photo bugs have been resolved. Mm, wait, what?
Bombastic side eye, criminal offensive side eye. Bombastic side eye, criminal offensive side eye.
What? All known black photo bugs have been resolved. Okay. I have been seeing people posting on some like, Sims groups where people go there and they're like, oh no, this is happening still to me. Not like the official EA forum, that's true, but it seemed to me that some people were still having this bug. But hey, they're continuing to monitor to address this again. Sims will no longer keep putting down infants before picking them back up. Isn't that lovely that they were doing it in the first place? Sims will no longer receive the secret witness sentiment when married or engaged, or when, sorry, a married or engaged Sim is witnessed woohooing with their partner by another Sim. Oh, this sentence was insanely hard to read. Can't place item, fixed in both new and old save. Sims could get stuck with scandal. This is from Royalty and Legacy, I think. This is now fixed for new cases, and existing affected saves will have the lingering VFX cleared. I don't know what any of this means. If you know what it means, if you played Royalty and Legacy, please pop to the chat and spill the tea. Okay, so we're gonna see this in action, the layering. But I just need us to pay attention for a second to the way they're describing this feature. And again, a reminder that we are in the year 2026. This game came out in the year 2014, and that's all. I'm gonna just leave the dates there. We're adding a new category to create a sim called base layers, which will let simmers express themselves by broadening their fashion choices. Keep these words in mind, baby. Let's keep these words in mind. Broadening your fashion choices, providing covered options, and improving gender expressions with the layerable binder. So, and in here you can tell me what you think with peace and love and light, as always, as we do here. But I am just sick and tired of this signaling that The Sims 4 continues to do, talking about like gloating over. I'm not saying that they should not be mentioning gender expression through clothing items like binders, for example, and the fact that they can be layered, but I just don't trust them at all with any of this. I think that it's just such a signaling moment when they do this kind of stuff. Even because, then and they don't spend, to be fair, they don't spend much, like probably not even half a second talking about this during the live stream, which I found pretty curious because I don't even know if during the live stream they show us the layering of the binder. So, okay, you can also just add it, and people that are gonna be using it for their sims, for their game, they're gonna be finding it, because guess what, baby, there isn't that much, like the catalog of these base layers that they're gonna be giving is not that wide for people to somehow miss some of the items that are coming. Maybe that's the strategy. Maybe that's why they just do like a little, so they make sure that you notice everything. Um, with There will be 8 base layer options for adults, 4 base layer options for children, and 2 base layer options for toddlers, in all in a variety of colors. With 380 plus, they're so playing here. Variants, meaning all of their silly swatches that are all the same color, like they are working with the same type of cut of item, okay? And then they're just giving them different colors. And then they're like, we have so many variants. You will not even believe it. That can be layered. This gives players exponential new outfits combination. I also think that when they calculate this, they are including the fact that you can singularly set the how do they call them? Sorry, base layers, that you can set them for all different outfits. Like, and so that's how they get to this number, because it just, oh my god, the flower bunny. You just come here and make my day. Oh my god, honey, thank you so much. The flower bunny is saying they did a live stream showing the bugs that were fixed and the game bugged during the live stream itself. Sim Guru said they were going to test the Sims waking up fix again at the end of the stream. Are you mentioning, is this the Discord version? Give us more tea, honey. But also, thank you so much for the wonderful super chat. I'm gonna make it go again, honey, because I loved it. Thank you, friend. It's so special. We are gonna be rewatching the one on Twitch. This is why I'm asking you. Because in there they also are talking exactly about this, the Sims waking up. So I just want to make sure we're talking about the same one. But Flower Bunny, I mean, thank you so much. So generous. I want to give you a good sound bite because you absolutely deserve it.
Slay! Slay!
For you, friend. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so excited. Oh, honey. Honey, are you serious? You're the best, Flower Bunny. Oh my God, you are the real flower bunny because you are making me feel very happy right now. The message continues that no, completely ignore the bug that wasn't fixed during the bug fix stream. This is bread and circuses politics. They fix the bugs. The players now think they owe EA charity. Oh, 100%. 100%, honey. Yes. Yes, I completely agree. And I want to talk to you guys. Like, thank you, Flower Bunny, for saying this because 200%. Yes, I've been seeing kind of a shift because of these live streams and these alleged like insane improvements that they're promising for the game. And people are kind of like almost forgetting. Oh, the flower buddy is making it rain, you guys. Like, oh, what? Ooh, ha, that's the flower bunny magic. Oh, yeah, confirming also what I was saying before. Thank you, honey. Now they announced kits that they themselves leaked in the game's catalog. Bridgerton coming May 14th, 2 days after the bug fixes. There you go. There you go. Some good tea. Thank you, Flower Bunny. Icon legend moment. Where is my icon legend moment? Because it's all for you. Where's my absolute? This is for you.
She's got a point. She's an icon. She's a legend. And she is the moment. Now, come on now.
Come on now. Flower Bunny, you guys, please let's give fantastic hearts showering this chat for the Flower Bunny that just comes in and makes our day, supporting the drama house. Like the real MVP. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, honey. And they're adding someone was banned from their Discord for sharing leaks when they themselves leaked the kits on the build mode catalog accidentally. Yes, babe. I mean, they are always leaking their own crap. Like, they're always spilling their own tea. How is it possible that every single time The Sims 4 has something to release that is like remotely remarkable, there's a leak about it? Like, come on. 100%, honey. 100%. And thank you again, Flower Bunny. I so appreciate you so much. So these are the new items they're gonna be giving out. We'll see them in action in the live stream, and so will we with this. Um, they're kind of gonna be talking about all of this, but we're not gonna be seeing it. I don't want to be giving you too many spoilers. Um, let me see. Sleeping fixes. We didn't stop with the infants. Like, oh my goodness. No, we did not stop because, like, we're so charitable. And can you believe that all of these things are being done for free? And to that, we need to countermeasure with can you believe that there are games that have you pay once and then they continue making improvements? How about that? Can we believe that? But no, they didn't stop with the infants and toddlers. No, no, babe. Improving overall autonomy is a key player concern. Why? Because it's been a problem since this game freaking came out. Sims now dance far less. Barbie, come back.
Jesus.
Oh boy. Okay, Sims are not dancing on their own anymore. About once per day. Okay. And also, no longer drink water autonomously, making behavior more predictable and less disruptive. So they do mention this in the live stream about the water, and you're gonna see it. They go all about the fact that the reason why Sims are doing it is because internally there was something that was telling Sims that they were thirsty all the time. And again, I mean, it sounds like even the game was talking about EA, but anyways, And so they were like, yeah, because you guys didn't know. But the thing is that the Sims were like always thirsty, and that's why they kept going and get drinks. And like honestly, I would, and this is my sentiment overall, honey. I would get it if we were watching the walkthrough of a new game that is coming out now, and they're giving us these little like, BTS info and telling us why things were not working the way they were, and that in their pre-release team they noticed this thing of, the Sims being thirsty all the time. I would love that. You know that we love some behind the scenes tea here. We're all about that tea. However, the Sims 4, she's been around forever. She has been through so many overhauls, quality of life updates, game updates, you name it. Damn, they don't even have the same logo that they had when the game came out. Are you kidding me? So now I should be sitting here and so happy that they're finally telling us that the reason why these Sims were constantly randomly, which also, by the way, it was not the problem that Sims were going to get water from their fridge. That's no problem. The problem was that they would do it constantly in repetition, and they would leave glasses everywhere. At least that's my opinion. Um, so considering how long we've been doing this, I am sorry, but I am going to be very, very, very hard to convince about anything, and very, very critical of everything we're reading, because I want us all to remember that maybe some of us, we have what? 50, 100, 150 euros, maybe 200 euros, dollars, you do the conversion, honey, worth of packs and content for The Sims 4. And that's us. But there are so many people that have been consistently paying everything. And if you pay everything, if you have been paying everything, like this new thing comes out, you buy it. Or even if you buy them on sale, but you're completing your library, these people have been spending a lot of money on this. A game that is allegedly, like, the price tag on this game is over 1K, and we're here talking about now the Sims are not going to be disruptive in your gameplay because we found out that they were secretly thirsty. Now? Okay, girl. Okay, girl. And yeah, and also that coming from this being thirsty and continuing to drink, you also have these horror stories. An issue that was causing NPCs to enter a house to drink water. What the fuck? Unfortunately, this fix was unable to be retroactive for saves in which this gameplay was already occurring. Right? That's one of the problems with these like major insane bugs that we get in this game. Fixed an issue where children could be taken away despite not being neglected. How cool is that? No, really, how cool is that? Because you remember the good old days when like it was so funny to say, "Oh my god, like yesterday I let my toddler, almost starve to death," and then the social service worker came to the house and took them. Haha, so funny, like so random and crazy. I didn't know. I'm talking to people that are old that maybe we're having these conversations about older games. But can you imagine if this just happens randomly, even with you and your Sims being fantastic caregivers? That must be fun. New checks ensure a child must be actively failing before this occurs. So no shit, Sherlock. Barbie, do you have something to say?
Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus. The fix is retroactive, but previously removed children cannot be restored. Fabulous. Sims with the jealous trait will no longer get upset when their partner interacts. Okay, okay, yeah, we gotta listen to this. But before we listen to this whole thing, which you can already read on the screen, play the title for this section. Girl. It's always something in the law and order special victim units that is happening with The Sims 4. Why? Why? So this was happening to me when I used to play The Sims 4. So we're talking about some time ago, and I'm glad to see that they're finally addressing this. That has been happening for years. So Sims with the jealous trait which is a personality trait in The Sims 4, will no longer get upset when their partner interacts with who? With the neighbor? No. With the maid? No. With their own children. Honey. And when this happens to you, like what do you have to say to your computer? If not, I'm uninstalling everything because what do you mean? With their own child, like this happened to me all the time. I find personally that the jealous trait in The Sims 4 is ridiculously badly done. It's just problematic, which I mean, yeah, in reality it can be, but like it's just not, it's just random and it does things like this. A couple, they have children, they are interacting with the children and the jealous partner gets jealous. And when these things happen in The Sims 4, there's always a part of the players that say, no, but drama. This is giving drama, mama. And I'm like, no, this is giving poorly implemented features, baby. That's different. Sleeping autonomy has been improved following community feedback addressing a mix of bugs and quality of life issues to make sleep behavior more reliable. Okay. We're gonna see them failing at this terribly. Sims woken by a nearby TV or radio will now turn the device off and return to sleep. This keeps the intended wake up behavior while making the cause clearer and reducing a repeated interruption. I'm losing it. We're about to go and watch the live stream. I'm like, I can't read at this point. Yes. When I was watching this in the stream, you guys, I kept thinking, do you remember how in The Sims 2, sometimes if one sim was in the shower and somebody else in the house was using the sink, it was something like that, I think. The sim that was in the shower would get pissed, upset because they were messing with the water, just like it happens in like a lot of real houses, you know. You cannot pull the hot water from the sink in the kitchen if I'm taking the shower because that is going to take the water away from me and give it to me cold. They were doing this in 2004. I'm just leaving these little pieces of information here. Okay, then they go into detail with pack specific, like Love Struck. Uh, just for the lols, let's just see what the bugs were. There was an issue where Sims in a romantic relationship were getting out of bed when told to sleep simultaneously. How wonderful. We added an interaction called Sleep and Cuddle, which will now allow this gameplay to function properly. Okay, they couldn't think about this before. Canceling cuddle on a sleeping sim will no longer wake both the sims or interrupt their sleep. If the interaction is canceled after one sim has joined another already in bed, both will remain in bed. Canceling cuddle before either sim is in bed will still result in both sims getting up as intended. I'm confused. For Royalty and Legacy, the latest expansion pack, the newest in technology for all the Sims 4 packs, among other fixes, Royalty and Legacy is getting a polishing pass too, because who wouldn't? Which gigantic publisher like EA would not release an expansion pack for their game that has been out for 12 years? And months after the expansion has been released and played with, now they're saying, oh, this pack is getting a polishing pass too, because when we released it, we did not test it. Alongside the two top community reported issues addressed in the list above, you can also expect fixes for issues relating to the poor leadership sentiment being added to the Dynasty head of. I'm getting a headache. Offspring of pre-made dynasties will not being added to a dynasty and pre-patch babies being born as a secret. What? We also made various updates to the Grand Ball event not functioning properly. What? Wait a minute. The Sims 4 making no way. The Sims 4 making a pack that comes with an event and the event doesn't kick in properly, doesn't work properly? Oh, no way. This never happens in The Sims 4. What do you mean? I never seen this happening. Sims will now arrive. Oh my god. Sims will now arrive wearing the selected dress code to a grand ball event. As a note, any remaining oddities are due to tagging and would need reported and fixed individually. Great. We did a pass and felt that outfits looked good with all packs while selecting more common combinations. I don't even want to know what the heck this means. I don't know. You guys, if you are Royalty and Legacy players, do let me know. Do let me know. Um, what? The mask option is no longer disabled after entering Create a Sim to change the host outfit for a grand ball event. Yeah, because leave it to The Sims 4 to do something where they give you like mask like on the eye from what I saw, like from trailers and stuff like that for Royalty and Legacy. Leave it to them to do it, and then the mask doesn't apply correctly. I mean, sounds about right. Um Base game. What else apart from infants, autonomy, sleep? Wide range of highly voted community issues across the base game and packs. Key fixes include resolving inventory bugs with photos. Improving family tree accuracy. Progress against preventing incorrect relationship changes in Create a Sim and reverting the default gallery sorting back to newest. How is this game working? What are people doing in this game before it gets these fixes? Because what the fuck? Um, Across packs and systems, we fix gameplay blockers, UI issues, and inconsistency. Dot dot dot. That's very specific. Highlights include gallery improvements like fewer upload timeouts, better sorting, fixes for disappearing animals and aging bugs, and improved event trait and interaction behavior. We've also made broad tagging, sorting, and visual updates in Create a Sim and build mode to improve organization and consistency. Oh, you guys are so good. Clap, clap, clap. I can't wait. Maybe watching this live stream will make us feel like we want to go back into The Sims 4 just in time for this update and for the Bridgerton kit. Okay, then they have top community issues. I think that in here they also talk about the maybe not. Um, No, they're not mentioning it here. But the console problem with do you remember that console players were complaining that since the marketplace arrived on console, they had all of the packs, like every time they entered The Sims 4, they would get that screen that tells you, welcome to university, welcome to city living, welcome to eco lifestyle, like all of them welcoming you, and it was happening to them all the time. I don't know if they're mentioning it in here. No. Ah, look at this though. How beautiful. We continue to investigate the cause of partnered Sims forming an unintended family relationship upon entering Create a Sim issue. Excuse me, but
Oh my God!
what is this even supposed to mean, honey? Okay, if you know what this is, please let me know in the chat. Let us know in the chat because what the heck? But they are saying that if testing goes well, a fix should be included in a future update. So there you go. If you were thinking that maybe this was one of the last times that they were gonna tell us that they're updating the game, no, 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 they're already planning to look into more stuff and add them maybe in the future. And by the way, it's not like people had just survived the marketplace update. fixing their mods, repairing their save files, and all of that. No, it just happened, and now they're bringing in like less than a week. They're bringing more possibly game breaking stuff. We love it. And you know that I'm always saying, boycott EA, but there are so many of us that own the games, and I think that if you own them, you should feel free to play them. But I also think that if this is the condition, and again, we'll see what it really looks like in the live stream, just like a lot of Sims 4 players were telling me months ago, years ago, and have been telling me for all of this time, go play something else, honey. Go play something else, because why are you playing this? They used to tell me go play something else instead of complaining so much about The Sims 4, and today I'm telling them, please go play something else, because what are you doing? We are talking about bugs of stuff that I was seeing in my game many, many, many moons ago. Okay. Um so are you seated? Are you relaxed? Are you feeling good? Is it time for you to put a face mask on? Maybe make some tea? I would love that. Actually, I would love some hot tea right now. But we're going to be spilling it, and we are going to be watching, sharing our thoughts. So keep that live chat open. You can just close it for a second to like the stream if you feel like it, and then open it back up. Sit back, get your blankie, or get your iced tea, or order that snacky food that you really are craving for right now, because we're going to be reacting to the live stream. And I gotta say, you guys, I've been loving our reactions moment. We've been reacting to some stuff, and it's been so fun. Like, I never thought that I would have so much fun watching things together. But it really makes me feel better if we're doing it as a group. So I hope you share my feelings. Okay, let me see if this is going to work, because Mama doesn't have a Twitch account. Oopsie. All right. What if I do this? Oh, no, 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 no. I shouldn't do this. Okay, it's going to be not humongous, you guys, but that's okay. Because if you're bored, you can look at me. I'm still right here. Okay, let me just skip their.
And then
Okay, sorry. I just wanted to skip their intro, and okay. Okay, let me know what you're snacking on, you guys. I hope it's something good. And also, let me say hi to some friends that have been joining, and I was here yapping as per usual, and I didn't give you all the love that you guys deserve. But thank you for coming in. Exploration Gamer is here. Hi, friend. What's up? Thank you so much for joining. I also see Ganja 1018. Love your handle. How's it going? Thank you so much for joining. And well, if you came in before and I didn't say hi to you, you can give me a quick hi right now, so I can see you queuing back down. So thank you guys for being here. Let's go. Let me just give a little disclaimer before we go, because then I don't know how I'm going to control myself. I am a Leo sun, and I am an Aries moon, honey. So when that temperature goes up for me, it goes directly to my brain, onto my mouth. So let's just clarify something. We're gonna be critical of this live stream. I think I think you guys in the chat are going to be too, and I think that is our right to be that. But I just want to make sure and clarify that my criticism is not absolutely to be sent or directed towards the professionals that are here hosting this live stream that work for The Sims 4. Maybe there's going to be some shade, okay? Because I wonder, did you guys sign the union's letter with your concerns about the buyout? That's what I really would love to know. Uh, but the shade is going to go along those lines. I think these people are doing their job, okay? However, and they're not clearly personally responsible for everything that is going on with the franchise, for everything that is going on specifically with the game, okay? Um, so we're always coming from a place of peace and love. We're just being critical because we know what's the state of the franchise right now, what the state of the franchise has been for a while. We've been sitting here hoping that EA drops The Sims, that they sell it to somebody else. I mean, that's the best case scenario at this point, if you ask me, you know. But also going through the entire EA buyout and, you know, all of that, all of that stuff. So I know you guys will be very respectful of the real people that we see here. I will be too. But just a clarification, you know, if a little bit of shade comes, is because you guys, I think you should do better. You should go and work somewhere else. You shouldn't be working for EA. See, this is the kind of shade, but it's not personal. These people are working, and I completely understand it. I hope that the Sims community understood it a bit more about the people that EA just puts as spokespersons when they do these kind of things. You know what I mean? Also, if you are a EA stan and you're just, you know, coming in sooner or later just to do a little bit of hate watching of this witch talking so badly about your favorite gaming company, get ready to be triggered because we're not holding back, okay?
Ooh, girl.
Yes. Yes. So the stream starts after like some minutes of countdown, which I skipped for us, and they're going to start with Create a Sim. I don't know if we have subtitles. That would be great. Not available for this content. Okay. I really thought they were.
Don't have a name for little baby Sims. So we're gonna do a poll in chat. What are the options for the poll, Alex?
Yeah, so we got these options from the Discord, right? So we have some names here. We have Eggward, Chimichangaline horsey sauce. That was supposed to be Chimichangalina, but we ran out of character space in the name.
That's
So
my favorite one.
Chimichangaline.
That was really good.
Yeah. Vanessa, the one that I pitched, and Carlos and I were pitching was Baby McBabyface. That one came from us. And the last one here is Sim 1.
That's Simone, Alex.
Well, it
Are you
looks
sure
like
about
Sim 1 to me. Yeah. So we have the poll up. Go ahead, vote on that.
Okay, they're hanging here in Create a Sim, so they're gonna be showing the characters. They made Sims that look like the people that are here in the live stream, plus this little alien baby, plus some other kids that then they're going to just delete before they play.
That, and then we'll do our intros and check back in.
Yeah.
Okay. So our intros, starting off, who are you?
Hi, my name is Carlos. I'm a gameplay engineer, and I've been here at the TS4 team for like 4-5 years now. Worked my first pack was Growing Together, For Rent, Life and Death, and most recently Adventure Awaits. And now I'm here at the Quality of Life pod with our next person.
You know, I just realized.
Wait, hold on. I did not notice this. Wait, actually, let me go.
I've
Let
been
me
working
have
on
the
all those
chat go up.
packs.
Yeah, I know.
We just been on all the same.
I did not notice this while I was live, you guys. I don't know. Maybe you know that they do this. I'd never seen The Sims doing this. The Sims is saying in the chat, speaking of babies, here are some Growing Together codes for the EA app.
Oh my God.
Barbie, what do you think of this?
Jesus.
Oh, wow. And people are not even react. I mean, is the Sims feeling so sure that they're like, everybody has this pack because we hyped it up so much? We made them believe that it was gonna change the way they were doing family gameplay to then under-deliver. I never seen them showing, like posting, but I never watched, I guess, a stream here on Twitch. Milky Way girl, hello, how are you? Just in time.
Teams. Okay. And this is your sim that you made. So
yes, that's me.
all right. And I am Morgan. I'm a producer on The Sims. I've been on The Sims since I came on partway through seasons. So it's been around 8 years now. And yeah, so this is my sim we're gonna have today. And I've been playing Sims since I was a little girl. And then this is Alex. He's trapped in the game.
So, hey, I'm QA. I've been on The Sims for about 2.5 years at this point, doing the live ops QA stuff. You may remember me from the TikTok videos and on the gallery, which I will say, if the gallery of me gets downloaded 1 billion times, they will release me. But otherwise, I'm stuck in the ether.
Don't let him out. That's my only ask here. Don't let him out.
Yeah.
I don't really want him released either. I'm kind of amused by the whole trapped in the game thing. Okay, so we know that you are very excited about a specific feature. So I thought we'd start off by showing that today.
Yeah.
What feature is that?
So there's a lot of things to go over. Like I know the laundry list is already out, but we're gonna talk first about base layers.
Oh, I suppose worth noting as well. We are going over a lot of things for the upcoming patch today. So there are over 150 bug fixes, and we're not going to go through every single one of them because that would take way too long. But we are going to focus on the new features, being base layers at the beginning here. Then we're going to play infants and just have some fun doing that and show some of the really fun infant updates that are coming. And then after that, we will load into the backup saves and show you the new updates for save redundancy there that we've done.
I think that was really exciting for the players.
Mhm.
I think it's really useful.
If you're wondering, guys, yeah, they're going to keep the Plum Bob headbands for the entire thing. Yeah. The Flower Bunny is asking, did you buy that pack before quitting The Sims 4? Growing Together? Yes, I do have Growing Together. I never remember if Growing Together came first or High School Years, but that's where I stopped at either one of them. Like the one that came latest, that was my last one. But up until then, I had almost all expansion packs. Truly, because the reality is, especially if you're coming back to The Sims 4 as a former Sims 3-1 player, you know that you're gonna need, the pack about seasons, the pack about pets, the pack about this, the pack about, so you just assume that those you're gonna have to get, but when Growing Together was announced, I felt so happy because it felt to me as if, oh wow, like I'm really into family gameplay. So they announced this pack that to me sounded like great compared to what The Sims 4 was before the pack and all of these like different family things. Unfortunately, for as much as I tried, because here's the thing, in my personal story with The Sims 4, I've tried a lot. Like I tried truly. I remember, having conversations where I would say stuff like, well, the game, it is what it is, after you've played so many hours like I did, what is it that you're going to be expecting that this game does? Like it's okay, justifying and kind of soothing myself into believing that that was the best experience I could get in this moment, and that was it. Then I downloaded The Sims 2 again, and I finally woke the f up. But also the disappointment of those packs and High School Years too. I was very excited. I was one of those people that, I dreamed of seeing my Sims going to school since day one. I was always like super into that idea. Like I remember that sometimes in The Sims 2, like promotional images, they would have these shots of kids in what looked like a school. And that just felt amazing to me. And I really wanted that experience. So when they announced High School Years, I was very happy. And then I played it and I was like, this is just the shell of what I thought it would be. Also, because even if the features that come with these specs, even if some of them you enjoy them, then the game just makes it so hard for you to believe in the immersion that is what I guess we like about these type of games, you know? For example, all those bugs that we were saying, right? Yeah, exactly. I agree. Bionic Bots for a sandbox game, The Sims 4 is the most boring one, especially if you played The Sims 2 or 3. Yeah. Yeah, The Sims 1 is a good time, and you know what? It's a hard video game. I love it. I spent many hours in you've seen it, trying to make it into Studio Town. And that is just so fun.
So, without further ado, we will show you these layers, starting with you. There's a few layers on these outfits that we really like.
Okay, sorry. I derailed all of this. I'm sorry, but we're about to see the infamous layering, which, just to give you some context, divas, when Izoi was announced and they were like, you know, in the character maker, you're gonna be able to layer clothes. People were like, they were like,
Jesus.
this is insane. Because this is one of the Sims community, Sims players, Sims fan base wet dreams, layering clothes. So after 12 years of life of our girl, The Sims 2, not the lapsus, not The Sims 2, The Sims 4, after 12 years that she's been out and about, they're finally doing. This is the best they could do to make your layering dreams come true.
To find layers, you go into cast, you go to accessories, and then down here, there's a new base layer category. And you can see there are multiple options here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you can see on my sim right now, but it is just like a long sleeve that goes under the actual shirt. Again, more layers, more better.
Are you guys seeing the amount of items that there are? Do you now see why I was saying 380 variants? My Italian ass. 2, 4, 6, and 8. And these are the items that you can continue to select and apply for different outfits for different occasions. Okay, this is it. They're gonna show you for women and kids too, but yeah.
And I just think the little details that they add, obviously you can see there's like a full on, just adds more layers, makes it feel a little bit more, the weather's a little bit cold. I don't know how it is over there, but it's been really cold here lately. So it's been really nice. And I think
your
even the small
athletic
details,
has a cool one.
yeah, I think the athletic one I really like. It's just the small details on the neck that I think adds a lot to it.
Yes, I saw this. I was like, that's a really cute way to use it.
Are you seeing the detail on the neck? Are you seeing the detail on the neck that is adding a lot to it? Why would you do this? Like this specific sportswear outfit, the neck, the collar of this sweatshirt is going basically until here. So even if I'm wearing a turtleneck undershirt, I mean, yeah, you can do it for the realism of thinking that they're wearing, you know, a thermic, one of those thermic t-shirts maybe, and like, you know it, your sim knows it. You just don't see this little collar again. I know it's kind of smaller for you guys. Do you think that if I do something cray like this? No, of course not. Oh, or maybe yes. No. There is no in between, Twitch. I guess not. Okay, sorry guys. I tried. I'm not a Twitch girly. I just think it's better if we see the full thing, right? Okay, I'm done messing with this. Sorry.
With a little turtleneck under. And then I added a lot of layers to all of mine. So this is an example of a top I really like a lot, but it shows midriff, which isn't something I would normally do for my sim. But with these options, I have a lot of colors and options for what I can put under there. And now it's a top I would definitely wear with this. So like that's cool. You can see here I have like a little bit of a layer underneath my dress.
Oh, True Falco, you're so right. Ah, you're so right. You guys, you always save my life. You're the real VIP. Thank you, honey. Now we can actually see this.
Yes, which is nice. Over here for athletics, another one that's like kind of a midriff showing top, but with it, definitely something I'd wear. For the sleep, it's even kind of like cool for fashion choices. Like I like this top, I'd wear it anyways, but I just like having like the little extra way to like customize it.
I think the contrast between the midriff ones, like this one and that one, like it's obviously just a layer underneath the clothes, but like because we have so many different clothings, it can add so much to them. Either it completely changes them like this one's, or just adds little details that add to the outfit. Yeah.
Definitely. And it works. It goes under both tops and full bodies. I think Alex has some really great full body options we'll show off here. But there are a lot of really good ones. This one I really liked because it feels like this is a nice top, but it might be a little cold for cold weather. But if I put this turtleneck under, now it feels like it's like definitely a warmer top. Okay, Alex, let's check out these.
Yeah, and as you're pulling me up real quick, Morgan, there's a question from the chat asking whether or not how does this work with like jackets and stuff like that.
So the question that everybody was probably thinking about is coming from the chat, and it's basically okay, like, so you're talking layering. Does this mean, because you cannot call it layering when I believe, like, and maybe it's just my opinion, you guys please let me know in this chat, but I think that when people are like, yay, layering, what they're thinking about more than like undershirts, which sometimes like can work, especially like those jeans that we're showing before in The Sims 4, those are base game, but they're like insanely hard to match because everything is too cropped, and so they always have like some skin showing, and maybe you don't want to do that, so that can become annoying. Okay, but I think that people, when they think about layering, they're mainly thinking about layering jackets and blazers and coats and sweatshirts, and like having that freedom with the layers. So let's see how they handle this question.
How do these new base layers work with jackets? So
Well-
just putting that out there. We are keeping track of the chat
Thank
for
you.
you guys.
So jackets are just tops. So it goes with any top you want to put on. So if there is a jacket top you want to wear with this, it definitely goes under. So you can see that. You can see the base layer under it. This feature is not tops going on top of tops. It is tops going on top of base layers, or full body going on top of base layers. It works a lot like tights with how tights currently work. So let's go ahead and go back.
Did you get it? This is not about tops going on top of other things. That layering is lame, honey. And also, actually, in all truthfulness, that layering is cooler, and that layering is probably harder for them to do. This is a layering of base layers that go under. So, baby, don't misunderstand layering. We're not putting things on, we're putting things under. Okay?
Back to his outfit here.
Yeah. Go ahead, Morgan.
Oh no, you tell me about this outfit. It's your outfit.
Yours. Yeah. Well, cool. I love to talk about my outfits. Love to talk about the style. So, those who have seen my guy before, I like that button down thing. But if you want to add just a tad bit of modesty to your look, or a little splash of color underneath it, I thought it's very subtle, right? But that red there, I think, is like a really cool addition to a shirt like this, right? And we talk about the formal attire, right? I'm an old school emo guy, right? So I thought this pink undershirt looked great. Kind of threw me back to like my old scene days and all that fun stuff. If you want to know a little bit more about me, there you go. Yeah.
It's like this undershirt, honey, has no texture whatsoever. You want to pretend that it's like a a sportswear type of, those, like, yeah, I think they're called thermic, like anti-sweat type of t-shirt that you wear when you're going like running. It could be that, so you could layer it, but it could also look like something different, like a cotton to wear for some reason with your formal, because you're a former emo. But also it could look like a wool sweater. It's all about unlocking the real potential of your imagination. They're just giving you the chance to do that, because look at these watches, baby. They're all color swatches. They're not like texture swatches from what it's looking like to me right now. It's not looking like they even have like different like prints or any of that.
I thought this kind of layering things, or especially like, hey, I have those arm tattoos, whatever. Mom's not happy for arm tattoos. Let's cover them up, right? Like, and that's literally what I would do in real life. And then for the workout clothes, the layer here is cool too, because if you are somebody who likes to layer up their workout clothes, I use the top layer as like an additional towel, and the bottom layer kind of wicks it away. It also gives you like a little bit of warmth and some flexibility when you're at the gym or whatever. For this one, again, the undershirt, I thought it goes really well with this kind of robe outfit, right? Again, it adds a little bit of modesty when you're going into it, a little touch of class, right?
Modesty? A modesty layer goes under? Excuse me. I'm like interjecting like in the Little Simsy video. So modesty is about going under. Look how modest, look how demure this outfit is, thanks to this. Um, Also, real thought right now, like in the moment, I'm telling you, isn't it fucking crazy that you couldn't do this before? They're acting like this is groundbreaking, but what is groundbreaking to me is that the game didn't have this before.
To like what is otherwise a classy kind of outfit,
You put the
and I love
turtleneck.
it.
Oh,
Yeah, this
ooh.
looks like a classic 1960s kind of Mad Men looking outfit, where it's like, hey, it's like a smoking jacket and stuff like that, which is cool. And then of course,
This
Yeah, it definitely looked like a madman looking outfit. And this is for Patty, which also begs the question from me, because I truly don't remember. Yes, I am that creator that did a video on the 10th anniversary of The Sims 4 and completely forgot to mention For Rent. It's me, I don't remember. But is there like a fireman career actually in The Sims 4? Or do they really just have this type of outfit that came maybe with Love Struck just for the lols? Let me know, chat. You know the facts. So please help me out.
we have this fireman's outfit, right? Where you want it to, you want to look like a real fireman or whatever. You can, add these underlayers and stuff for as you're going through your Sims and all that other fun facts. So this is another good one. Just to, again, you don't want the full jacket on. You want to show this storyline with your cool fire.
There you go. Thank you, Flower Bunny. No, they're costume from Love Struck for the lols. I had that feeling. And also the person who's talking, Alex, the QA guy, he was saying if you want a costume if you want to look like a real firefighter. And look, I'm not defending The Sims 3 oh my god, blank. But The Sims 3 firefighter career. I've said many times that it's buggy as hell, but hey, at least, they're dressing like a fireman because they're gonna do the job. You're actually gonna follow them and see them bug out most of the times, but hey.
Fireman guy, and however you want to take that story, and now you
And-
can dress them up a little bit.
And we have
Go ahead.
a cool little Easter egg here.
Ah, you beat me to it because I needed to talk about it.
Yeah.
Oh, there he
So
is.
yeah, for those who have been on the Discord, right, you have seen and been introduced to Plum Robert. For those of you who haven't, here he is. It's that tattoo is on the gallery version of me, which gives you incentive to go pull that down so I can be free. But there you go. There's Plum Robert.
While I
in all its
wouldn't
glory.
recommend freeing Alex from the gallery, I would say his tattoos are pretty cool on his sim.
Spend a lot of time on those. All right.
This one's one of my favorites.
Yeah, so this is a cool one because if you've been playing this game long enough, you know that this is an entire outfit, right? So traditionally, you couldn't do anything with this, but now with this new base layer, you can
Amazing.
throw a shirt underneath it, and this is very much Baywatchy. Again, I'm kind of dating myself, whatever, but yeah, I think it's cool to add this. Like you're going to the beach, but you want to stay covered up. Maybe you haven't gotten to the water yet, or whatever. It adds this extra layer of leveling. And lastly,
This was cool.
this one I thought was really cool. So I didn't realize this when I put this shirt on the first time that this shirt is actually like transparent. It's actually more of a lace shirt. And until we had the base layers, now I can add like a pop of color underneath it, right? So instead of just having brown on brown on brown, I can add a little bit of color to have my custom flavor or whatever the outfit kind of goes into. Yeah. And then of course we have the cold weather, right? And the cold weather, this is the difference between a cowboy in
Groundbreaking, you guys. Like them removing and adding this little extra extra collar here on this side of the neck. Oh my god. This is a fashion forward. What did they call it? Additional fashion expression, like personality and gender expression. Look at the gender expression that we're seeing happening right in front of our eyes.
the Southwest in North America, and the cowboy who might be in Alberta or Wyoming or wherever it's cold out, right? In one of those plateaus up in the Rockies. So you gotta do that extra layer because man, it gets cold out there, right? And so you can start telling these stories and adding depth to your characters, and tell the stories you want to tell, right? That's the whole point of The Sims. It's why we love The Sims. So yeah,
Also, sorry, Sean.
there's my guys.
This one
Go
here
ahead.
also has different like sleeve lengths, which I thought was pretty cool whenever you're looking at this
Oh, I
one.
hadn't noticed that. That's really cool.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
thought that was cool.
Sleeve length, all that fun stuff. You can add, the modesty things, or you want to add the whatever it is to add the flavor to your characters. That's what we want to do here.
Also like to call out, we also have a binder for gender expression, which can now be later under clothes. So that's really nice. And it's not just for adults.
Also, we have a little binder for gender expression, the adults and also children. Don't let us talk about that too much. Don't let us even show it. This is what I was saying before. It's like, and also like just quick look at we just and gender expression. Not even showing it to you, but it's the most diverse game, honey. So they had to put it in the blog post. They probably gave the notes to Morgan. You have to say this, girl. You don't even need to show it, but we gotta say it. We gotta say it because the people are doubting us and our intentions and beliefs, and the intention and beliefs of the people who are buying us, the entities that we are being bought by, that are complicit in terrible, terrible crimes. And don't think that I'm only talking about the Saudis, honey. You know that I'm talking about Jared Kushkush. But anyways, let's see what they have for kids.
We also have some layers for children. So you can see these here.
What a rich selection of options we have for kids. Like this is going to really revolutionize, like starting from the fact that that the fashion. Look at the fashion that the Sims 4 base game is giving you for children. What in the fuck is this outfit in the first place? With or without the sleeves, Hunter, honey? What are we doing? And also, I know you guys that were here with me playing The Sims 3 some months ago. Are you spotting that this child is wearing sneakers with no socks? With no socks.
Jesus.
I know, Barbie. Unbelievable. But hey, these clothes layer so well as socks, and they had so much time that they couldn't even give this poor child socks. And this is coming from somebody that is always forgetting about socks. But in here, it's kind of asking for it. Like, why are we sending this child Sim around with this hideous outfit with no socks, right?
And then we also have them for toddlers. So, and my favorite way I think that tells a story here for toddlers
love his
is
name.
it's like sun protection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please wear sunscreen. But yeah, no, I think these ones are so cute. This one especially, I just really, really like how it looks. And yeah, like it's a little bit of sun protection.
So I'm going to delete these children.
Okay. They're deleting the children that they had in there. There were 2 children, a toddler and a child sim. And this is the moment I'm gonna tell you. I'm always gonna give you the true tea, and I am also gonna tell you what I thought when I was watching this in this specific moment. So the family they're gonna be playing with is them, the 3 of them, the 3 staff members, and this alien child. And they went on to delete a child and a toddler. And when they deleted they deleted that toddler, which was the only sim in this little family that they created, whose skin tone was darker than everybody else. Well, let's exclude this this alien infant. And when they deleted that, I thought, wow. I was like, first of all, lately, everything that I've been seeing coming from the Sims team, it's like it's always like kind of like, white people Lollapalooza. It's making me wonder, while the Sims 4 glowed constantly about their diversity and their items that they do for diversity and their collaboration with certain creators, because they're so into diversity, and the Sims 4 has their values and they're never gonna change, and no diversity is ever going to be removed from the game. But every time I'm seeing people from the team speaking, they look like the same type of profile of person. And while I was thinking that, they went on and deleted the only Sim that had a different skin color than everybody else. And legit, you can tell me, oh, Lady Drama, this argument is a little bit in bad faith, and I'll take it. Okay, you can tell me that. But you know that I'm honest with you all the time. And in that moment, I really thought that. I'm just saying, I don't think that people should be used as like a card of like, look how diverse we are. But I think that when a team is diverse, you don't need to look for that diversity because it already exists in there. So really, this make me, it just gives me this question mark about the team in general. Maybe it's a hot take, but true tea. That's what I thought. And yeah, they deleted those children, so now we're stuck with the 3 of them.
We're not going to play with these 2 today. They were just here for examples. We are going to keep around adorable little.
Yes, name now.
What's the name of this child?
All right, so the voting came in, and I know people had mentioned that they wanted Plum Robert, but I got to tell you, there can only be one Plum Robert. Okay, so the baby can't be Plum Robert. The winner, though, is Eggward, right? And I'm sorry to the people where I said Sim 1 too late, and the people wanted to vote for.
Do you want to make
Sim
that the
1
last name?
Yeah, we can. We can make make it Eggward Sim 1.
Okay, Eggward Sim 1. There we go.
Yes, there you go.
And that just reminds me, we are playing with all packs today because this is my favorite outfit from Horse Ranch.
So cute.
Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and hop in. As a reminder, we have 150 bug fixes coming out with this patch. Let's go over the top 5 fixes while we're loading in here. Let me press play. All right.
Okay, did you see that? They created a family. They left manage households, and they clicked on the household that is already in the world. I get it. They did a little bit of prep. They wanted the house to be ready, the household to be ready to perform the actions that they want them to perform for us to see them. But I don't know. I mean, to me, it's always like, okay, we're not simulating an actual gameplay loop where I finish the family and I go to the house. That's fine. It's okay.
So number
Just
one,
saying.
One of our top community calls was black photo.
Can you see this? Can you see this bug?
We
Black
have
bugs?
6 black photos that were black photo bugs that were fixed in this. And then our next one is that infants keep getting picked up and put down. So, do you like our bad art that Carlos and I made pre-stream? So yeah, Sims will keep getting with infants no longer get picked up and put down so much, which hopefully you'll get to see today whenever we're playing. We're really excited about that one. It was also one of our hardest ones to fix.
That one was really tough.
Sims will no longer receive the secret witness sentiment when a married or engaged Sim catches them woohooing, because that's not really a scandal. So that's a good one. We fixed a can't place item error in build mode, and we fixed that for both new and old saves. So that was another top issue. And then
Aren't you so aren't you feeling so connected right now to the team, so humble? Like they wrote on paper and they drew the little symbols so they can show you the bug that they defeated and throw it back, throw it away, trash it, can it. Why don't we can The Sims 4 about that?
our other top issue that we wanted to call out, which actually happened to me when I was playing at home, which was Sims could get stuck with a scandal. And that is now fixed. And the engineer actually spent a few extra days also fixing that one in old saves, which was not easy to do. So that's really exciting.
Oops, missed this one.
So lots more fixes than just that, but wanted to highlight those ones because we know that those were the ones that you've been voting to care the most about. All right. So
I will just note, yeah, like we really look into the feedback forums, and like I think it's been really helpful. And please keep using them. We'll get more.
You guys are killing
we
me.
use EA forums a lot and look at votes and the replies, and that's always very helpful. So thank you for all your responses there. And then also for these infant updates that we're going over today, we also got feedback from Reddit and Discord on what players would like to see.
Yeah, I've been saying this a lot with Alex, but like we play other types of fighting of games. We play a lot of fighting games, and something that happens in not really the Sims, but like it's balance patches, right? Like you hear, oh, we made these changes here and there. So there's a lot of bug fixes, yes, but we also have done a lot of small changes to make the gameplay just smoother and better. Oh my god, that
this baby does not look like little Egbert
Baby's
does
not
love
happy.
being held.
Yeah.
right
well,
now.
you know, Alex looks pretty happy, so I
Well,
think that's okay.
You know, doing my job.
little
Holding
Egbert
the
is
baby.
not it hates being held
Okay,
baby. So
that-
that explains why. You might notice something new on the screen here, which is pretty adorable and exciting. We're going to do a poll for this one too, but
It's exciting. It's a playmat that looks exactly like the other playmat that is in the game. It just has different swatches, but this is like really I'm having palpitations right now, honey, because I am so excited. And look, you know what my answer would have been to the poll? I don't know, maybe my answer was not there. Was this a bad poll? If it was a bad poll, just type L poll and I'll know. I'm sorry, because my answer would be I was very excited about infants. You know that I don't mind the high pressure management of a lot of kiddos in my Sims families at all. So I welcome the arrival of this new life stage. The problem for me were not infants. The problem for me was the management of infants. The Sims 4 is the game that brought us infants and brought us growing together and gave us a cheap, bootleg, ridiculous alternative to a stroller, which makes no sense at all, to give us a backpack where these infants are supposed to be. I love it. I love the noise, and I love it, Flower Bunny. Thank you. Will they deforest a forest to write the next paper? That is the question. That is absolutely the question. They said, "Duck those trees, honey." We don't care. Good point, Flower Bunny. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you for the super chat. But also about those backpacks with the infants inside, they're not gonna mention any of that. But that to me was one of the most ridiculous and badly implemented feature ever. Disappointing. So if you ask me, and I hope I speak on behalf of all of the weirdos like me that just enjoy, a casual stroll in The Sims 3, a Sim and their baby on the stroller, going to the park for a nice walk on a day of summer. Isn't there anything better than that? So, no, The Sims 4, you will not fool me with this stupid playmat that you needed to add to the game because you're trying to fix stuff with infants. Okay. But yeah, if you're looking for anything about the backpack and the fact that not only is it hideous and people hate it because of that and makes no sense, because they could have done a sling, they could have done something that is related to childcare. But okay. It's not only that, it's just the fact that it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. What was happening to me was Sims were putting the babies in the backpack, walking half a step, and then picking the baby back from the backpack, doing a weird hands movement. And then the game would freeze, and then the adult and the baby would be detached with the infant on the floor and the adult just standing there looking around, which is what the Sims 4 Sims do most of the time.
We have a new playmat coming to base game for all players that is free. So let's check out the variants here on this.
The best price, free.
And all right, so this first one is like patchwork. So we have a patchwork variant. There's going to be a poll here for which one you guys would like to see. We'll go through these. There's 3 different patchworks that are all really cute. And then we also have some like beveled shapes here. And I like this one.
The arcade floor? Yeah, that one's good.
Yeah. And then this one's my personal favorite, are the little sheeps and like clouds, like you're counting sheep. And this one's supposed to look more like it's cloth and kind of plushy. So yeah, just loving it.
I think they're all really cute. Yeah.
So cast your votes for which one you'd like us to stick with. I'll give you a few seconds here while I preview them one more time.
Sorry, I was looking for the one that is kind of plushy. Okay.
Votes are coming in quick.
Nice.
Patchwork, beveled, or sheeps. All right, what's the winner? Do we know yet?
No yet?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'd be comfortable calling this at this point because they're flying in and it's pretty heavy.
Is it sheeps?
Is it sheep?
Is it sheeps?
Oh, it is sheeps. People love the sheeps. People love this. I mean, you didn't even finish explaining sheeps, and people were all about the sheep. So,
the sheeps are so cute.
Chats quick on the sheep. We got a lot of bars coming in, and yeah, they love it.
Look at the little dangly sheep on them.
So nice.
I know I saw that one being designed, and that's the one I was really excited about. All right, so today we're going to be showing off a lot of different stuff for infants. One of the main things we'll be paying attention to is that while they will put infants down sometimes, especially if they need to readjust them or posture them, you're going to see a lot less pick up put downs. You're going to see a lot less caregiver freezes where caregivers are frozen and don't know what to do.
As she's saying this, you guys, I hope you are keeping your eyes on what is really going on over here. I know that, the sheeps, maybe they stole your heart for a second, but stay focused, Diva. Okay. While she's saying this, she's saying this update is going to give you less pickup and putting down, dropping off of the children, of the infants. Yes, because that was a problem, by the way. They would pick them up, put them back down, put them on the floor. We are seeing right now a caregiver, an adult sim, holding this infant. The infant is crying, and the adult is just standing there. Fine. Happy, actually. The moodlet that this sim is having while actively holding the infant is happy. Okay, so she's saying that they tune this part and we're actively seeing the baby crying and the sim is not doing anything about it.
And generally it should probably just play better. So we're going to be watching that today, and we'll call out certain things as we're going. So you can see here, Alex has to go to the bathroom. This is a game that we kind of had going already a little bit, so people are kind of doing their own things around.
But I think something that's important here is like all the adult Sims are still doing their own thing. I think that's something that was really hard to do with infants in the household, and it's something that we worked a lot to make sure adults also still were doing stuff.
Just to call out, I can't hear the game right now. I'm not sure if we're able to adjust that. But all right, so we have this infant that is here. Another thing I wanted to show off a bit, I don't know how far we'll get, is that we did.
Yes, it's true. This infant particularly hates being held. So being held would make them cry. That is correct. It's just so odd to me that you have these Sims, like they're saying that this is what they looked into, right? And you have these adult Sims holding the crying baby. I think that the adult Sim got a bad moodlet because he needed to go to the toilet rather than because I'm holding a screaming infant. And they were not acting on it. Like he only put down the child because he had to go to the bathroom. Did you see that before going to the bathroom and putting him back on the mat, he was holding him and went to sit on the couch? These are not smarter Sims. Do we want to think about when in The Sims 3 a child is screaming and crying, everybody around that child is like, oh, what the fuck is this child doing crying? And the one that the Sim that is holding the crying child immediately gets the moodlet of crying baby. That Sim was fine. I know that when they hate being held, they're gonna be crying all the time and be fussy about it. And I think that this comes like from the way this is implemented, and they cannot change this, you know. I don't think that they can make Sims more receptive to the fact that, you know, if you want to be as ambitious as to give infants these traits, like hating being held, for example, then you need to have the same ambition to make sure that the adults around them will react to this fact. And this is the thing that never flies with me, and this is something that happens all the time when you're playing the growing together type of gameplay, you know. It's like, you know it, you know that this child is wiggly, gassy, and hates being held, but his parents don't. And so his parents don't have any different behavior based on his traits. This is why it always feels shallow at the end of the day, right? Correct. Yeah, I agree with you, Bionibots. The Sims 4 is more imagine the emotion, right? And their thing is emotion. Their thing is truly the fact that they feel emotions rather than moodlets. But they have no reaction whatsoever. That guy was fine with this crying baby in his arms.
Did improve how quickly milestones will be attained. We know it was kind of hard. Right now, this infant is has 4 days till aging up. They normally have 5 on normal lifespan. When playing normally, I feel like milestones normally only take me about till day 3 or so before I get like the sit-up milestone at this point.
And then you have other ones to like go for. So like just making them faster just to get through more of them makes a lot of sense.
Let's see. Alex, let's see if you can tell me time with this baby. Well, he was going to change the diaper. So, I was going to change the diaper first though. So,
she's not. She's automatically going to give him a bath. No diaper change. And also, while the baby was crying desperately, there were 2 Sims standing next to it that started talking to each other. And I think this is a pretty common experience when you have an infant in your Sims house. I'm just saying what we're watching now is them showcasing to us what groundbreaking bug fixes they've done when it comes to infants. And, you know, maybe we're being too critical because I haven't played with infants in a long time in The Sims 4. So we're like, what is this? like, why is no adults reacting to this? Why isn't this adult that went to pick up an infant with a full diaper? Why isn't the first instinct of this adult to change the diaper? Maybe because they have the bath thing. I don't know. It's just
We'll do some tummy time whenever we do this, but we did change a lot with like the speeds of things. And I think this infant, whenever they use their diaper, will show that off too. But you can see on this pie menu, when I click on the infant, now a lot of the care interactions will show up towards the front that used to be buried. They are still buried if you want to go in here and find them that way too. But this is another change. We got feedback from Reddit where a lot of players were wanting these to show up on top. So that's a thing. Let's see here.
And again, as you
Morgan,
said
real
earlier-
quick.
Oh, go on.
Yeah,
Alex.
real quick, Morgan. People are asking what love seat is that we have.
so her sim bathed this infant, did not change his diaper, and I think the infant is also getting hungry. With the diaper still there to change, her sim put it back to the crib. Where are the improvements?
What love seat?
Yeah, the love seat. Chat's asking.
This one is 1 second, I'll tell you.
Did you see this? So the chat asked them, why are we here? The chat asked them, what is the love seat that you have in this house? So they're gonna look for it in the build and buy catalog. As soon as she went to build mode, did you see what her sim did with that infant? Can I go back? Yeah.
What love
Keep your
seat?
eyes on the left
Yeah, the love seat. Chat's asking.
side of the screen.
This one is 1 second, I'll tell you. Looks like
Infant on the floor, baby. Yes, this is the type of a beautiful, smooth experience we want to watch during a freaking producer and quality assurance led live stream with the game. She entered build mode and this child was dropped.
it's
I
the
hope maybe
Generamax
it will
love
come back.
seat.
Let's see.
There we go.
Yeah.
And also people were curious whether or not this our family is going to be put on the gallery.
What is this child doing on the floor? She was holding it. She dropped the baby. She dropped it. Oh, wait, there's Barbie. She want to say something.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's terrible childcare, Barbie. I agree. You would never do this to any of your sisters. I didn't notice this, by the way, when I was watching this live. So I am so glad that we're watching it together because these are things I did not notice. And if you're curious, the chat on Twitch was not noticing either. They were all about how cute the alien baby was. They wanted to know what freaking couch this was. So, and to be fair, I did not spot it either the first time. But let's see how we recover from from the drop of the baby.
So this household, I should say. And yeah, we will throw this up on the gallery when the patch comes out.
Yeah, quick note. Yeah, the patch needs to be out just because there's going to be base layers on the family. But yeah, as soon as the patch is out. Yep.
Yeah, we will throw this up on the gallery. Also, people were curious whether or not this our family is going to be put on the gallery. So this household, I should say. And
She
yeah,
told
we
them.
will.
She told the Sam. She told her Sam to go and change the diaper now because so far this infant didn't want to be picked up. They picked him up. Needed a diaper change. Nobody changed his diaper. They actually gave him an unnecessary bath that didn't help. Then we went in buy mode and the infant was dropped from the arms of their caregiver and placed on the floor. We're watching a live stream that is supposed to show us how they're not dropping kids on the floor anymore. And now that we're back to this, we saw her giving the command, change the diaper. Which, look, I'm fine with having to give a command. I'm just saying we're here watching this because they're saying that so many things are fixed when it comes to infants.
throw this up on the gallery when the patch
quick
comes
note.
out.
Yeah, quick note. Yeah, the patch needs to be out just because there's going to be base layers on the family. But yeah, as soon as the patch is out. Yep.
So this is an
Which
example.
is
Oh, the patch comes
which
out
is
next.
next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. Yeah, it's coming so quick.
So this infant is able to get their diaper changed, I think, about a third quicker than it used to be. And then if we were to bottle feed them, that also is quicker than it used to be. And then we also changed it so that
Okay. So quicker, so smarter, so much better. But did you see that little Macarena moment? The Sims going a little.
The girl them skill out, chick. Thunderball.
Some give it to. Some give it to. Let's watch it again.
than it used to be. And then if we were to bottle feed them, that also is quicker than it used to be. And then we also changed it so that when an infant is getting hungry with their need, that goes a lot slower than it used to. Or
The hygiene bar is still not recovered. I'm not sure if it's going to get recovered in just a second. I don't remember. Let's see. But we've bathed and changed the diaper to this child, and we still have hygiene on red. I don't know if it's moving. Maybe it's moving back to green. But this infant is not having a great day.
a little bit slower than it used to. We didn't get so much that we wanted to tweak this drastically,
No.
but we wanted to tweak it a little bit so it's better.
It's not moving. The hygiene bar is not moving.
Oh, look at Alex taking out the trash.
Another thing you'll notice is when we change an infant's diaper or whenever we feed them, there's bottles that we
Okay, it was moving now. It's so much faster.
get left on the floor all over. And we know that that mess was like a point of pain for you, and we had a lot of feedback around that. So Sims will now autonomously clean those up kind of in a sneaky way when you don't see them doing it a lot. And it definitely makes the game feel a lot better when they're doing that. So that's a huge improvement that we've seen.
Also, I know you mentioned before, but I have to point out the baby, the infant, has never gone to the floor once. It's always been on the crib or the play.
No, that's fake news, Carlos. That is not correct. Carlos just said, if you notice that this child never touched the floor once since we started playing. No. No, honey. That is incorrect. Maybe, okay, The Sims never intentionally put this child on the floor, but it only took you guys to go to build mode for that child to be back on the floor.
Mat or being carried.
Sims do not put the infants down as much as they used to. They definitely prefer putting them, they will put them on the ground if you don't have a playmat down, because we didn't want infants to be stuck in the cribs all the time. We wanted them to be able to be let out and be around people, but also
Sims will prefer placing them on the mats, on the playmat, instead of putting them in cribs or on the floor. Okay, we're just seeing the Sim taking the infant from the crib to the bathtub, although we've just witnessed the infant being bathed and the infant diaper getting changed. So, okay.
but also if we have like a playmat on the ground, then they'll be more likely to place them there. So that's part of the
Exactly, Bionibas. I told you that they were gonna be like, no. Are you seeing how great this is? Don't look, but isn't this great? I'm always gonna protect you guys from the gaslighting that just keeps continuing in this in the Sims franchise. I got you, baby. Never again. We shall never be gaslit by EA ever again in our life, baby.
reason we wanted to give one, because it feels like it's part of the
Yeah,
gameplay.
I mean, I think like a little bit of explanation is like as I work in it, like the infants cannot walk, so whenever they need to do something, they need a caretaker to come and help them out. And obviously that was having a lot of issues with, like, two Sims would come over to try to do something on the same infant. They'll pick it up and they'll be like, wait, I need to put it down to go do something else. So we just made sure to make all of this a little bit smoother. Like they can just come and go a little bit easier from the crib to something else. And yeah, just not seeing them on the floor. I think that feels great.
This was
On
a
that-
bunch of harder fixes, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Carlos, we have a team of people fixing all these fixes, but Carlos specifically did a lot of the put down work.
yeah, I mean, obviously, as we said before, there's a lot of small changes to make just the gameplay feel better. But some of the bigger changes were around these pickups and put downs and making sure the infants just, I don't want to say stayed in place, but like just are more consistent in where they go. Like they are way easier to find the crib now than before. Obviously, that's not the only fix, but it's little things plus big changes that really made this feel a lot better.
So let's have this infant try to go to sleep here. Because I'd like to show off one of the other new changes we did was that we knew that.
By the way, her Sam has been cooking this grilled cheese for 3 hours now. Like the infant got bathed, put back in the mat, cried a little, looked around. Now she's gonna send the infant to sleep, and her Sim is still cooking a single serving grilled cheese.
Infants were getting picked up and put down, and we looked into a lot of
Okay.
reasons why that
She finished now. Okay, great. It's just, it was so quick.
was happening. We fixed them on like a lot of different cases. One of them was infants were actually getting woken up by noises around them, and it wasn't always super clear. So we've added in more notification to let the player know when that's why an infant is struggling. So let's see if we can get the infant to fall asleep here. Look at little baby Eggward sleeping peacefully. Wouldn't that be terrible if I watched some TV?
Something really loud, please.
Let's see. So I'm going to go over here, watch TV. We can see the infant had a little pop-up here.
Don't forget about the TNS at the top.
We have a new TNS that appears the first time an infant is ever woken up by something, kind of informing you and tutorializing that so you're aware, oh, that's why my infant got woken up from that. There's now a little pop-up here telling you. And they also get a buff that's like, I've been woken up by a loud.
Because, honey, you were asking for a whole new pop-up. Right? Oh, what? You're tired of all the Sims 4 pop-ups? Oh, well. They needed to tutorialize it a bit more because they found that it wasn't clear enough that if you turn on the TV, the infant will not enjoy it if they're sleeping in the same room. And isn't it so funny that they hadn't thought about, like, I mean, I don't know. I think they're saying that this moodlet they're showing from being woken up by loud noises is new. Right?
Noise. So hopefully that should help make it clear if that's why the infant's getting woken up. Because then when they get woken up, inevitably a caregiver will come over to be like, "What's wrong, little baby?" And
There we go.
what's wrong? It was the TV.
Too bad Alex is really into sports, so
So
Hey, turn it off my sports. How dare you?
we're gonna have Carlos go put Eggward to bed.
sports.
Baby, woken up by a loud, realizing that so you're aware.
Don't forget about the TNS at the top.
We have a new TNS that appears the first time an infant is ever woken up by something, kind of informing you and tutorializing that so
That's
you're
new.
aware, oh, that's why my infant got woken up from that. There's now a little pop-up here telling you, and they also get a buff that's like, I've been woken up by a loud noise. So hopefully that should help make it.
So assuming that when they made infants, nobody ever thought of this, because the truth is this pop-up doesn't matter to anybody because this infant remains playful. The fact that the infant was bothered by the TV and being woken up, it's not really, yeah, he cried and the adults were like, what's wrong? But when you look at his little image, he's still happy purple, happy playful.
Clear if that's why the infant's getting woken up. Because then when they get woken up, inevitably a caregiver will come over to be like, what's wrong, little baby?
There
And
we go.
what's wrong? It was the TV.
Too bad Alex is really into sports, so
So
Hey, turn it off my sports. How dare you?
we're gonna have Carlos go put Eggward to bed. just so Edward can get a
Look at her sim in the meantime, being starving to death after she took 3 hours to make this grilled cheese and did not think of eating it. This is amazing. I love this level, like, of great autonomy.
little bit of sleep because Edward's a sleepy baby. And while Carlos does that, we are going to have... Actually, we'll just have Carlos go to sleep too, because we're going to show off a little bit of autonomy we did for adult Sims as well. There were a few like really good autonomy fixes we also snuck in here for adults and other Sims. One of them being that they're not thirsty as much.
Yeah, I think that one's great. I know it's it's been a common complaint, and yeah, obviously the patch notes are not out. They'll be out when the patch's out. But yeah, please go over them. There's a lot of fixes.
The Sims were, so what was happening is they were secretly thirsty, and it wasn't something that you as the players were aware of because it was behind the scenes, but the Sims were they were just thirsty, and so they were grabbing a lot of drinks, and we just made it so they're not thirsty anymore.
They're not as thirsty.
And in 12 years, or I mean, let's be generous. Let's imagine this bug appeared 5 years ago. And in 5 years, only today, the Sims team managed to find out that the reason why your Sims kept going to get orange juice and water and milk and whatever from the fridge was because they were secretly thirsty and nobody knew about that. I'm sorry, but this just sounds like the type of bug that I would laugh about hearing of a pre-development phase, you know? Oh, that's when they found out that there was like some back hidden needs, like being thirsty and so. Oh, did you guys lose me? You guys might have lost me. If you lost me, I'm back. My streaming software disconnected for some reason. Shoo, stay away from me, bad karma. The technical issue, curse. Stay away from me. I don't want it. Please, Barbie, you tell them.
Jesus.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I lost track of what I was saying. Let's move on. Let's move on.
No, they're not thirsty.
They're just not thirsty.
They're
Okay.
just not thirsty.
Okay.
You can still get a drink manually if you want, but they just won't get thirsty anymore.
Okay.
So Carlos is sleeping very peacefully. Wouldn't it be terrible
my-
if
really?
somebody came in here and listened to metal music? Like,
Thank you, Morgan.
You're
I
welcome.
really appreciate that.
Yeah, time to wake up. Stream's not over yet, bud.
did he already wake up? I think you woke up.
I
Okay.
woke up earlier.
Okay. We're gonna make you go to sleep again because you woke up a little early. So he's sleeping. We've got metal music playing, which is gonna wake him up. We'll see. He might just not be sleepy. Okay, we need a Sim who's sleepy. Who's sleepy here?
The baby.
Alex is
the
sleepy.
closest.
He was
The Sim is allegedly being woken up by somebody listening to the radio in his room. And he wakes up fine and dandy with a happy moodlet, moving on with his life. What they're trying to show you is the Sim who is sleeping gets woken up by the radio and then they turn it off because that's what we read about. So I think that the goal is to show you that.
gonna brutally dance, but I guess we're gonna have him sleep instead. We also tuned down how often Sims will autonomously dance further. We fixed that in March and then we got further feedback on that, so we tuned it down even more so they'll only dance autonomously once a day.
I do think, if the Sim likes dancing, they will still do it more often, but in general, you'll see less dancing.
Definitely.
This Sim went to bed with the radio on and is just enjoying his sleep. I think they would naturally get woken up by noise, but I from what I'm understanding, because we're never gonna see this, spoiler, we're 36 minutes in, they're not gonna show this to you. But I think that the goal is to show you that the sim who wakes up turns off the radio, whereas maybe before they were just reacting and then not doing that. Allegedly, I really don't know. I do not remember.
So you're over there being cringe, I think.
I mean, that's like real life. That's how it goes.
I think I like it. I think I'm delighted by it. Okay. Okay, so Alex was woken up by the music. He's gonna get out of bed. He noticed that the music is what woke him up. And if he was tired, he would have turned that off and got back to bed, but instead he decided to dance because he wanted to. Let's
Wow, 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 wow. Gosh darn it. Had he just been tired, we would have witnessed this fantastic little gameplay loop where you wake up somebody who's sleeping, and just FYI again, this sim went to bed and kept sleeping with the radio on playing metal. So it's working really great. But all of this to show us that the sim would then wake up and turn off the music, which we cannot see. And we spent all of this time trying to showcase this part. But it ain't happening.
try that one more time. We'll send him to sleep. Alex just really wanted to brutally dance, and I interrupted him, and that was my bad.
I think Alex really likes dancing.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta dance, man.
Okay, so there Alex was woken up by it.
He's out.
Well, my goodness, it didn't do it that time, but it definitely does do it whenever they are tired. So we will see. We'll see if we can get their tiredness to go down where they're wanting that right now.
Yeah, but like if that's based on their level of energy and being tired, then I'm sorry, but we saw that this is like they didn't just go to create a sim to this. So they had this kind of maybe pre-ready to kick in and allow them to showcase these features, because otherwise why wouldn't you just move them from create a sim to this house, right? So it's all set so that this happens. And you, like, are you just assuming that your fix only works when they're sleepy and you forgot when you sent the sim to sleep, hoping that we were going to see the action of them turning off the radio? Or you're just making an assumption now because it's not happening, because the sim is not sleepy? Like, how sure are we of this? Because honestly, in the context of The Sims 4, I really think that people are genuinely sick and tired of hit or miss type of shit. Then don't do it. Don't fix that. Don't show it to us, at least. But they put so much attention to showing this, and it's not happening. You could have shown us the pictures. Why didn't you take a couple of pictures of these Sims and hang them on the wall? Where is it?
Oh my God!
Seriously.
How is the infant doing? Here's another fix we did where, so before, when infants were sleeping, you could click on interactions here and you would see that you could change diaper or you could give a bath. And that was misleading, because when infants are sleeping,
you cannot. They're just not going to get out. You have to wake them up first.
So we got rid of those to make the gameplay feel like it flowed better, and you knew, like, if an infant is sleeping, you're not going to be able to do those. You need to go wake up the infant, so that plays better. Let's see, what else do we have on our list of things we fixed up?
Well, I think something else that, like, I know there's been a lot of complaints about is, like, check infant being constantly queued up. You'll see it a lot less often. It still happens. I think it's still part of the infant gameplay, but it just happens less.
We want caregivers to care for infants and to be around them and to interact with them, but we wanted it to be less frequent than it was.
I think the like there was a lot of cancellations. There was a lot of just issues when selecting what the actual final care is, so they just kept checking on them. We're trying to make sure it's a little bit more consistent in actually finishing the care, which helps see check on less times.
So you can see like he's kissing goodnight to the baby, being a good parent to this adopted alien child we have, but it's definitely happening less than it was. All right, so let's go ahead and wake up the baby.
Oh, it's so peaceful.
I know it was peaceful.
Morgan, real quick, we have some questions coming through the chat
Mm-hmm.
that we had. Oops, I just lost one of them. But they did run a poll while you guys were running to see who was the best parent so far for the baby.
It's me, right?
And yeah, you wish. It was Morgan,
I won.
actually.
It was me.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
it because I have an adorable bow on my head?
Look,
Yeah, yeah.
just because I started blick block dancing in front of the baby doesn't make me bad parent, all right?
And right now we're running a poll to just say, hey, which changes to the autonomy will most improve your gameplay, right? So the results are coming in for this right now, but your options are sleeping the infants, drinking less water, and or less dancing. So not and or pick whichever one, and we'll report back in a little bit on these.
Okay, but you guys are talking about less dancing, and all I've been seeing these Sims doing is doing a lot of dancing. But okay.
All right, so there was a question. This is a good one for you, Carlos. Actually,
of course.
why can't two babies have a bath together? Why would that be really? Why is that really hard?
Look, so it is in games, just this is general. Making things, like not things, making two persons touch each other in a game, like whether it's holding hands, hugging or something, it's really hard. You have two completely different persons and animations that you have to make sure they don't clip with each other, and all the states and everything are correct. They're playing at the same speed, they're playing at the same time. There's a lot of little details, and especially with The Sims being such a big game, we have I don't know how many interactions we have at this point on Sims 4, but there's so many of them, and it adds a lot of complexity to make these things happen and work together. Not only that, but like we'd have to make sure we have bigger bathtubs and add a lot of like more space for them. It is a ginormous task, if anything. There's a lot of issues. I don't really know what else I can say about it.
Are people really asking why we can't have two infants in the bed having bedtime at the same time, for example? Is this the question? Because truthfully, we can't have one infant giving us some smooth gameplay, you know? So, like, what are we expecting from The Sims 4? That now it's going to be, oh, you can do this with, you have twins and you can do it together? Hell no. Like, these guys are not even. They made an expansion pack called Growing Together, all about family, all about babies, new life stage. Wow. And then they can't even give you a freaking stroller. Imagine if they allowed you to do these cute little things where, you know, the parents are giving a bath at the same time to their babies in the same tub. Yeah, that would be cute, but it wouldn't be The Sims 4, honey. No, they don't do it like that. We have here people from the Sims team telling you that it's just so hard to have two subjects interact with each other in a game like The Sims without having them clipping onto each other, like merging. I don't know. I'm taking his explanation south, but I don't know. It's kind of it's a freaking shallow. Like I am no game development programmer. I'm none of that, and I do believe that certain animations and like even these things, of course, of interaction between characters can be difficult. But let's stop talking about The Sims 4 as if it's a game that came out last year, a standalone alone title made by these three people that we're seeing here in the live stream as an indie team, because it's not. And Sims have been touching and have been parenting for a long time, way before The Sims 4. So it's just nah.
About that, but like, yeah, it's really hard to make two different
I
Sims.
know like horses and Sims were really hard. And that's also why infants are really hard too, because you have two Sims and then an infant is just dependent on
Yes.
other Sims all the time.
I'll keep bringing it up, but walking is just, so core to movement, just being able to like move around, adjust yourself a little bit. And the infants really can't do that. So you have all
But can't infants crawl in The Sims 4? Question from the audience. I have not played this for too long. They can't walk? They can't crawl? Because toddlers in The Sims 4 are automatically walking, right? So isn't there an option for infants to make them crawl? No. I may. Great. Thank you, Bionibots. No, they cannot crawl. I think my brain is mixing a lot of The Sims 3 because that's what I've been playing the most when we've streamed The Sims 3 for months. Toddlers learn how to walk. Okay, got it. I had completely forgotten this part where in The Sims 4 you teach them how to crawl, how to walk. Completely forgotten. Like, and I've done it so many times, and it's just something happily took its spot, in my mind. So I wasn't remembering. Okay, so yeah, it's true. They cannot move around. But I mean, that is in the limitation of the life stage as they implemented it, right? So if the problem is that they're so depending on adult Sims, what are we even talking about? And you guys could only come up with a new playmat to ease this dependency that exists between infants and adults. They're giving you a new playmat, so what else? And the backpack, of course, if you have Growing Together. Never forget.
all of these constraints around them, and like the postures are on, like, are they laying on the crib, are they doing something else? And then when someone comes and pick them up, not only do they have to make sure they're not running into, like, it's not only the person that's holding them that runs into the wall, it's also the infant. And where can the infant be placed, and how can we do this? How can we make sure there's enough space for them? It's a lot of little complicated math that like adds, it's a lot of little small problems that add up to make this like a really, really big problem.
Our results are in, by the way, for the stream. If you guys want them for the poll.
Yeah,
Yes,
what are the
please,
results?
Overwhelmingly, the players here said that the infants change will most improve their gameplay, which is not surprising. We did a ton of work on tuning these infants up. So
Yes.
great.
I think if you had to ask me like what I feel was both the hardest and the nicest thing about autonomy changes for this, I think it's the fact that they don't constantly put them down every time you pick them up. And I think it's that you have a lot less caregiver freezing. I will say those need to be fixed on an individual basis.
But honey, basically all you've been showing is stuff with the infants, because then you tried showing us the same going to sleep to then be woken up and turn off the radio, and that didn't happen. What else have we seen so far? Sims still took 35 years to grill some cheese, and the layering. So far, that's all we've seen. Like, what else are people supposed to be excited about? Kazano Kais too. Hello, yes. Catching the live stream. I love it for you. Thank you so much for joining. We're catching up on the latest updates on The Sims 4, honey. How's it going? Literally Bionibots, 1 hour for those 3 things. Like that's all we've been doing. That's all we've been watching. That's all they've been doing, actually. So what's happening? So basically, The Sims 4 has been out for like 12 years, and they're now introducing like super basic stuff. And we're kind of being sassy about it because we are not impressed by corporate gaslighting and new shiny things that don't look new and they don't look that shiny either. I hope this is a good summary for you. Happy you're here.
For
Yeah.
every interaction. So we fixed as many as we found while we were testing it. But if there are more, please report them because we'd be interested in continuing to fix those.
like this is not a one-time thing. This is something that we're looking to keep.
He said this is not a one-time thing. After she said keep reporting them, and Carlos said, "Oh no, yeah, this is not a one-time thing." Really? We didn't know that you've been updating this game like countless times. Like we've been seeing this, we've been going through this so many freaking times. We know that this is not a once in a lifetime experience, honey. We are aware.
Doing. I think we're currently getting feedback around like on Discord and Reddit. I'm not sure if
That's my Princess Cordelia bedroom.
But yeah, I think we're getting some more feedback around autonomy gameplay for one of our next patches right now. So if you have any suggestions or anything that really grinds your gears, I think it's on Discord already and Reddit. I'm not really sure where they were.
Yeah, it's on our Discord, Carlos. That is happening actively on Discord. We're also looking for feedback on like dining and stuff.
But what if he went? What if he went back?
Carlos is about to be struck by a meteorite. Meteor. What did I say? Meteorite? Meteorite. Learn Italian with Lady Drama. Meteorite. Because he lied before. He lied about these infants touching the floor, and now his sim is clearly paying.
Outside.
No.
Yeah. What if we smash Carlos? Quick poll. Who wants to see Carlos get smashed?
Quick
with a
poll.
meteor?
Do we save Carlos? Or do we let him get smashed with a meteor?
I'm not gonna say anything. You guys are free to do whatever.
I mean, that's my favorite death. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
like
no, that's
the
great.
meteor smash one.
That's great.
While we wait for that poll, okay. So if they're thirsty, will they still drink with their meals at restaurants? I think if you order, yeah. I think if you order, they will. It's if you tell them to go drink, they will go drink. It's not that they won't. It's just that autonomously, you're not going to go see them go get glasses of water and go get glasses of milk. They were secretly thirsty and they were going to do that, and we know that like you didn't understand why, and so it felt very random and like it was interrupting your gameplay, like and it was, but like you didn't know why, and so just turning it off for now felt like it was kind of a.
People really asked, for real, this just happened. People in the chat, in the live stream, obviously, the Drama House chat is fabulous, but people in their chat were saying, but if you remove the fact that Sims are thirsty and that's why they keep getting the drink, then when they go to the restaurant, which, I mean, let's not even mention this restaurant.
my God!
Nah. Dine Out, the horror story that expansion pack is. Will they still drink the drinks that I order for them at the restaurant? Who is asking these questions? Guys, I am Italian now. 100% made in Italy, baby. Made and raised. Greetings from Europe. And I love that you joined. You found the Drama House through Not Malcolm. Absolute friend of the channel. I love it. I love it. Thank you.
Quick way that we could respond to that feedback and come up with a fix.
Yeah, I think that the main thing here is like we're really working around feedback that you guys gave us, and that was definitely one of the big things. Like, yeah, like Sims just keep getting thirsty and keep going and grabbing water, so we're making some changes around it. Yeah, like the interactions are still there. You still can do it. Like there's still gameplay around that, but the Sims just autonomously want to do that.
And also as a note around the drinking, we are planning to do future updates around autonomy for drinking food and dining as well. So that's something
Again,
we're currently starting to investigate.
Yeah. Discord, please give some feedback.
Did you hear that, chat? Future updates on drinking, eating, and dining. do you think do you think The Sims 4 is so desperate to get that love back from their community because they lost them with the marketplace? Do you think they're so desperate they're going to do how did they call it with Spa Day? Not remaster, reloaded. What do they do with these packs? Refresh, pack refresh. Are they gonna do a dine out pack refresh? Morgan and Carlos, are you really taking on that challenge when you say that future updates are going to be about eating and dining? We shall see, but you know that we are a little bit clairvoyant here at the Drama House, so you heard it here first. Right, exactly, Biotibots starting to investigate after nearly 12 years. There are children who were born when The Sims 4 came out. And today, this year, not today, but this year, up until the end of 2026, they're turning 12. Which I can't even like think too much about it. but that's the truth.
Really, really appreciate it. We do look into it.
I'm getting questioned if the meteor was planned or if it's a Morgan Aura thing. It's an Aura thing. I don't even know how to make the meteor show up.
I will also
this was not planned and it's awesome.
There is a thing I have in video games. RNG is never in my side. So
what is the poll? 65% said yes to killing Carlos. Well, Carlos, that's rough for you.
I'll stay outside, I guess. I'll be fine.
To be clear, they didn't say kill him. They didn't say kill him. They said, should we save him? They
should we
don't want to
save him? Oh, sorry if I'm not supposed to say that.
Sorry, Carlos.
Carlos is about to get squished.
Okay.
Oh!
So should I leave now?
No, now you're.
He lied. He lied to the audience. So I guess goodbye, Carlos.
Now you're the ghost of Carlos.
I did work on Life and Dead.
So that happened. It's a really sad day. We're all very sad.
You don't sound very sad.
It's because I'm not.
The Grim Reaper took his time to just before going and getting in. Did you see? He was just like she had the speed on maximum, and the Grim Reaper was just like idling in there.
Not a fire, but I'll take it.
It's okay.
Honestly, I think it's better because this one you never see this one. Okay, you passed away.
F's in the chat for Carlos. F's in the chat for Carlos here.
We'll make you a playable.
We'll
make you a playable ghost so you can stay with us.
That's the plan.
All right. Look. He's got layers in ghost form too.
What?
Yeah, you can see our layers in game too. I guess I never showed that off.
Oh yeah.
How is this? How is this something to gloat about? They're like, look, the layers in clothes that we saw before, they also stay when the Sims die, like when they are ghosts. Okay, yeah, because they keep wearing the same clothes. And also they're like, you can see the layers in game. Was there an option where you would have let me put the layers in Create a Sim, but not shown them to me in the game? What are you guys saying? Yeah, of course I can see them. That's the outfit we picked.
The baby's been sleeping for a bit here, trying to get their energy need up. Let's see, what's something else we can show off here? So we do have a new option in the options menu that we were saving to a little bit later. You go to game options and to gameplay. There is a disable caregiver autonomy for infants option. What's this do, Carlos?
Well, it does exactly what it says. if you turn this setting on, caretakers just won't take care of the baby. You have to do that yourself manually. It obviously changes the gameplay quite a lot. So we have a warning because disabling this will really make it so the infants just are not being taken care for.
They could get taken away if you.
Yeah, they'll get taken away if you don't do anything.
This is really like for player choice. If you want to be more of a manual player and you don't want the Sims to be caring for them, they will still socialize or get excited about milestones. Like they still interact with the Sim as a Sim, but the baby is a Sim, but they don't really caregive for it.
Yeah, like I think the main thing is like this is just like caregiver autonomy. So they want to change their diapers, they want to take them for a bath, they want to feed them. Yeah, but again, as you mentioned, they'll still socialize, they'll still talk to the baby, still see them. They still want to do other stuff.
This is also fun for those of you out there who like to do the 100 baby challenge. Do the 100 baby challenge with the autonomy off. Please do that.
Yeah,
let us know how that goes. Yeah, let us know how that goes.
So we'll see here. The baby's needs are pretty full at this moment, but they are hungry.
But hunger,
and we shouldn't see any of the Sims feed them at this point. They might come over to. They also won't necessarily just go check on the infant. They might go talk.
Yeah, none of the Sims. So now they disabled this autonomy for the caregiver. So they're saying the baby's hungry, but nobody's gonna come to feed the baby. Yeah, the baby was hungry and needed a diaper change in the entire first part of this gameplay we've been watching. None of the Sims bottle fed the baby nor automatically changed the diaper, and the autonomy for the caregivers was on.
Talk to it, but they're not going to go check on it as much.
Exactly.
So this is definitely like if I wanted to manually play, now I'm going to go care for the infant in these ways. You'll see here he's going to talk with Eggward, and talking is a fine thing. We actually have another thing for turning off autonomy for stuff like that. But
yeah, those are just, we have a lot of like turning off autonomy options, and this is just an extra one to make sure. I guess it's a little bit narrow of an option. You know, you're just taking out the caregiver autonomy, but I think it's a pretty narrow point that like I know people had feedback around. So we've obviously made a lot of updates and like changes to it. But at the same time, if people still feel that they want to challenge or just want to turn it off, we have the option for it.
And I didn't catch it whenever we were playing before, but another thing is if check infant queues up, you can now cancel the interaction when it's the first interaction in queue. We tried to see if we could fix it for if it's further back, and that's very complex, but it is cancelable. But as you noticed, it's not queuing as frequently anymore. So I think it's less obtrusive and less likely to be something you're going to want to cancel.
Yeah, we definitely tuned it down a little bit, but we also made, as I said, like apart from like bug fixes, we did a lot of tuning. So like you'll see it less, but also when you do see it, you can cancel it and like it'll be a little bit easier to handle it.
We have another poll up, guys, in the chat here.
Oh, what is it now?
So we're asking, how do you prefer to play? Do you want the autonomy on or the autonomy off? So there's a bunch of people who are already voting.
I'm curious about this one.
I will say, when this patch comes out, I hope that becomes like, because I'm sure it's going to be a no, but when the patch comes out, I'm hoping it's a yes.
I like that your Ghost Sims being cringe, and Alex is like, yikes.
It's like real life.
Yeah, just like real life. Ghost Carlos comes and visits me. All right, the votes are coming in. I'm comfortable with calling it at this point. I'm not sure if we want to wait around for it to be finalized, but what do you guys think? There is an overwhelming answer here from our fans out there. So they're going to be playing with the autonomy on.
Nice.
Okay.
But there is, it's like 77%. But there's a number of people who do want to play with it off, and the chat is abuzz talking about, you know, the flexibility is good, right? They might not always want to have it on, but you can turn it on and turn it off as you.
But when would you have the autonomy for caregiver off? When you want the children to be taken away by the social workers? When you want to micromanage the needs of the infants for some reasons? I mean, for more challenge, maybe. But it just feels to me that the core reason why they decided to give this option of switching the autonomy on or off is based on the fact that having autonomy on was triggering a lot of the issues. For example, what we saw now, like the autonomy is on, the baby is hungry, or the baby needs a diaper change, but nobody's actually fulfilling that need. So if the autonomy, if the autonomy we're talking about then functions that way, then I can see why one would switch it off. Like if the autonomy, the way it works sucks, then okay, let me turn it off. So I think that the root, like the main reason why they gave this option is because they know that there is no fine tuning of this freaking autonomy. Because we were saying this at the beginning, right? In The Sims 4, they don't react to moodlets, they don't react much to what is happening around them, and they're terrible at reading the room and reading and reading other Sims. I mean, The Sims 4, they just wanna be, having inappropriate relationships with family members. That is what Sims in The Sims 4 wanna do. So anything else doesn't really work for them.
You play through it, right? It doesn't have to be an either or thing. It can be to your leisure here.
Yeah.
So
We
yeah.
want you to make your story, and
Exactly.
we want to make sure you have as many options as we can give you to make it your story as much as you can.
Another feature I wanted to show off here, if we go to the main menu, is I mentioned at the beginning that we are loading into the main menu, and I'm going to show you that we updated the way backup saves work.
So I mean, I don't know. This is something that I think it's a little bit hidden. So I don't know if everyone knows about it, but we can talk. Like on load game.
Okay, so you go on the main menu, go to load game,
and then you're gonna see next to the delete button, there's a recover save button.
Okay.
So when you click on that, this is obviously on like our newer version. But right now, what happens is, whenever you click save on the game, if you click save as, you're obviously making a new save file.
Mhm.
But when you click save, you're overriding the save that already exists. We, to make it a little bit better, to like, hey, in case like something happens to your save or something in gameplay happened, like some Sims, like I died, and I don't like that, we could go and recover our last 5 saves from our last saves we did.
Mhm.
But I mean, we're gonna have,
And that's how it works right now
Yes.
already in game for players.
but you know,
Yeah.
I save a lot in games. I click save, and I click save again, and I click save again. I do it like 3 times in a row, and we're only keeping our last 5 saves. So we made some changes to the recover save menu. As you can see now, if you scroll down a little bit, 5 days ago, I don't think this save file is old enough to go, but like our save recoveries, like our save backups, I would say, go up to a month now. So obviously when the patch drops, you're not going to see all those backups from a month ago. But as we just start playing after this patch comes out, you will have those backups that go way further back. So in case something happens or all your Sims die or something like, you can go back way, way further back. And yeah, we hope that's really helpful. And I think this is also really helpful for Alex.
If we're ever asking for old saves on the EA forums, this could be a way you could get them. It also I think you had a really cool story idea around this one, Alex, where you play through a life. You said if you play with autonomy off once, then you play with autonomy on another time. Or
yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, if you're doing the Hunter Baby challenge.
Yeah, but also, come on, let's be real, you guys. I know that, you can basically recover a previous save time slot that you have from the same save file. Okay, got it. And now they're saying, so, if the meteorite hits your sim and then you want to recover the time before this happened, you can do it quickly from load game. Okay. But please don't humor us, honey, because the reason why you guys had to introduce this is because of the ongoing and not completely solved issue with corruption of save file, number 1. And number 2 is because of the technical issues that people are having. That's why you are trying to facilitate for people to recover their save file. It's not so much about, oh, my sim died and it was my favorite sim, so I just wish that I could go back to the previous installment of this save file. I mean, that is just like fine and dandy, and in the world of unicorns and magic, in the world of whimsy. By the way, are you seeing all the whimsical of this game as we watch them play? Uh, I mean, that would be great if it was the only goal, but there are like underlying issues in the world of The Sims 4 that probably had them raise the priority of having an interface like this one. And that is to help players who are desperately trying to restore a save file that for some reasons is no longer working. There's nothing bad with that. Like, this happens a lot with Sims games. So, and I mean, the case of The Sims 4 to me is always like separate literature, to be honest. But like, there's nothing wrong with admitting that that's why you need this tool in the game, rather than, oh, if your favorite sim dies, then you can, or if you're playing with the autonomy off and then you want to switch it back on, you can just restore the previous save file. Right, yeah, but the main reason is something else. Maybe we don't want to be negative during this live stream. I mean, they're so committed, these employees, that they are still wearing the freaking headband. And for somebody that gets insanely overstimulated when I'm wearing a headband, because it's just it just, you know, grinds the back of your ears. I hope they're getting a raise for this. EA, open that bag. EA, give a raise to these people that are sitting for 1 whole hour, showing features that don't work, and wearing the headband.
And you just want to give it a go. You want to turn autonomy off for your 100 baby challenge, and you're like, hey, that went real bad, right? And you can go back to where you left off. Maybe you decided it was real bad a month into it, and you just want to go back to where it was before. We give you that option now, right? Yes, obviously, as a QA person, I love the fact that you guys can dig into your saves to save us stuff. But really, we want you guys to be able to go down different pathways, and then if you don't like it, cool. You can go back and try a different pathway, right? Tell the stories again. Tell the stories you want to tell.
So what was our poll we did?
The last one about autonomy, or
It was what was our recent poll, Alex? Do you know?
The most recent poll was which new feature are you most excited about, right? And our options were infant improvements, base layering, autonomy improvements, or the backup saves.
Okay.
And by and large for that, the responses were the infant improvements. Now,
Those are good
I will
ones.
say we just mentioned backup saves, so maybe they didn't have enough time for that, but infant
It's fair.
improvements definitely. It's like 50%, so we're good. People love the new features and all that other stuff.
yeah,
There's also a lot of improvements to just sleeping in general. I think we have those. I think they're mentioned in the laundry list, but if not, they'll be in the patch notes for sure. But there were a lot of things we fixed around sleeping and autonomy of
yeah.
sleeping.
I mean, I'll keep saying this, but like next week the patch comes out, and you'll see the patch notes. They're pretty long. Morgan, I think
Yeah.
you wrote them. I don't know. They're long.
They're long.
They're long.
There's a lot of fixes.
Yeah, it's a lot of fixes and a lot of changes, and it's
It was a lot of bugs to begin with. That's why you guys have to do a lot of fixes. Yeah, a lot of fixes for a lot of bugs. If the bugs weren't there, you wouldn't have to do the fixes.
I'm really excited for this patch. I think it's gonna be really fun.
My favorite, I play chaotically, and my favorite fix with the sleeping is that I would always have my sim like to the brink of being ready to pass out, and I'd be like, go to bed. And they get in bed right as they were going to pass out. So they fall asleep and then get out of bed and pass out on the floor. And it's because they were already going to pass out, but there's a fix for that. So now whenever they would pass out, instead they'll just stay in bed and sleep.
Yeah.
And that feels great for me. The timing has to be so specific. I don't know how I always hit that when I play, because like it's just me being chaotic, I think.
Yeah, no, as I said before, like The Sims 4 has so many interactions, so many different like objects that you can play with, and like again, like you will find things like this, and like your feedback goes a long way into getting this sort of things fixed. Yeah,
Definitely. All right then. Are there any other polls actively going, Alex?
We do have another poll we just threw up there. It's
Okay.
which new feature would you like more details / deep dive on?
Mm.
right? So their options are backup saves, base
Okay.
layerings, or just autonomy in general, right? So
Mhm.
they're kind of coming in right now. We can give them a minute before we close this out.
That
But yeah,
sounds good.
they're coming in. So prepare your answers accordingly.
Well, we know autonomy is something players really care a lot
Mhm.
about. We've gotten a lot of feedback on autonomy. And so I
Yeah.
think for our next, like for everything we're planning going forward, we definitely want to have some autonomy fixes in
Yeah,
there.
for sure.
The next
Yeah.
update we're planning is just a general autonomy update that's going to be fixing autonomy from various like areas
Yeah.
of the game.
Yeah, there's a
Not
lot of
surprising.
so many interactions. There's so many of them. Like, yeah, like obviously not everything's case by case basis, but I know the designers have been really working in a lot of small cases to get like the game to feel a lot better. I think every time I'm playing on our dev builds, it just feels so nice.
And again, we've been taking that feedback from the Reddit and the Discord and the EA forums where we're getting the votes and using that to really help drive the decisions for what things we're targeting with our fixes.
And again, I'm gonna repeat myself, but we're taking feedback currently for I think autonomy on Discord. So yeah, please add your feedback there. We really do listen to that. We work our updates around what you want to see.
Any other polls we're doing? Or are we good with polls?
Okay. I will. You want the results of this poll, and you kind of already
Yes.
covered it. And
Yeah.
you
Is it
called
autonomy?
It is autonomy.
I'm not
So you're already
surprised.
It's totally fine.
you're already covering this. So which is good.
Mhm.
People want to hear more about it. So if you have a little bit extra, I mean, aside from hey, we're still taking feedback, right? Is there any other like details, Carlos? Maybe something that you came
What
across?
was your favorite bug we fixed?
Oh,
Yeah, like
goodness.
fixing
I mean,
those kind of things.
obviously, I think especially so when we were working on this, something that happened that was really funny. Obviously, we're not seeing the put down and the floor anymore. This drove me insane for a couple of weeks. And Morgan knows this.
Postures?
No,
Oh,
when
okay.
when we started fixing it, and they're like, "All right, we're not going to the crib to put them on the floor. We're going to the crib to put them on another crib."
Oh yeah, and they were in an infinite loop of cribs,
Yeah,
and
and
you had to
like-
fix an infinite loop of cribs because you fixed some other things. Yeah.
So that one drove me insane, but I think that one was cool to fix. That one was really fun. And it looked
fair.
really funny.
Yeah, the infant update was a hard update.
Yeah,
too.
no, it definitely was. I think that one, like cribs in general, were like, oh, that's they're a lot.
I think the infant updates are my favorite, but I'm a big fan of that scandal one getting
Oh,
fixed
that was
too.
so good. Yeah.
Yeah. What about? Do you have a favorite one, Alex?
Yeah, the picking up and putting down stuff, like I mean,
Mhm.
favorite for QA means like it was a pain to try to repro and try to get through because anytime you're dealing with RNG, like the
Yes.
randomness, especially the Sims, right? So I like my favorite as in like that was challenging, right? And I appreciate a challenge we're trying to nail down and get that information for the devs to fix that kind of stuff. So that's where I would be as a QA person. So Morgan, we did have another poll. I don't know if it's our last poll, but it's definitely another poll
Let's
going
do
on right now.
one more, and then we'll say goodbye.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
last.
I kind of find it funny how they refer to, like, I get it that from their perspective of their job and like what they do as their job position, and they have to go through these bugs that try to figure out, what is causing it and how we can fix it, and like what are the conflicts, and if there's a problem with like a certain expansion pack, certain features, blah, blah, blah. Get it. And I think there's one aspect that is there's one side of it that is interesting, to hear professionals talking about their job and how they view things like fixing bugs, for example. I think I don't want to take value nor credit from that because I don't see anything bad with that. I actually think it's cool. But it just, it's, this is why I think that this is freaking gaslighting, because it's easy for us to think, oh, how cool, we got to hear from the quality and assurance team and testers, and I think Carlos is I don't remember what he said he was. Maybe he's a developer. And hearing from them how they see, but the way he was talking and he was saying, yeah, like one of the toughest things was the problem of Sims picking up infants from one crib to put them to another crib, and then you get stuck in this loop of them keep going to pick up that infant and put it in a crib. And that was so crazy, and fixing that was so crazy. But for as much as I can empathize and find some sort of like insightful, like, pleasure in hearing stories from professionals that work behind the scenes. And again, I don't want to take value from that because that's cool. But I can't help. I can't help it. My position is not, I'm not their colleague. I don't work in a different department. We're not having a coffee and they're telling me this cool thing. Me and you guys and people that hopefully will watch this later when we go viral. We got to manifest it, honey. The point is that infinite loop of like, the caregiver continuing to go just to pick up this child, just to put it in a different crib, which makes no sense. And most of the times is interfering with whatever the heck is going on with that infant. The problem is that, yeah, I get it. If you need to fix it and you're into your job, you're probably going to find the challenge interesting, at least, if not exciting, and that's cool. But from the perspective of the paying customer that knows that the little logo that appears when The Sims 4 launches is Electronic Arts, is not Lady Drama Studios with like 3 employees, me, myself, and I, 4 actually, me, myself, and I, and Veronica, trying to figure out why the Sims are doing this. We're not looking at the behind the scenes of a project like that. I'm looking at the behind the scenes of a game with insane budget to be developed, a game that carries on its shoulders the legacy of a franchise that has not only existed for the past 26 years, but also has dominated a whole segment of the video game industry, which is live simulation. Like, dang, you can't spell live sim video games without saying sim, without even thinking about the Sims, right? So to me, for as cool as this is, Growing Together has been out for a while. Infants have been out for a while. Many players have got stuck in similar loops of things not working properly. And the only thing that they could do was trying to find a solution, a generic solution, report on the forum, waiting for an answer. But even in there, if there is no practical solution, like step by step for you to take in the moment, you report it. And as they're saying, we'll look into it, please keep reporting. Yeah, but you gotta wait until they allegedly fix it, right? Carlos, if you and your team had not gone through that bug and fixed it allegedly, we'll see after May the 12th. Not me, but you friends who still play The Sims 4, gotta let us know. If you hadn't gone through it, people would still be accepting that as just the way the game is. So yeah, it's cute that this is your job, you love it, and this kept happening. But this is not like a development pre-release thing that you encountered and it's funny and you fixed it before it got to us. No, it's the opposite. It got to you because so many of the players were thinking, what the fuck? And with infants, with family gameplay, and a lot of people play with family gameplay in The Sims, especially in The Sims 4. I don't know what much more there is to do. And family gameplay is not that great. I mean, yeah, you can build and buy in The Sims 4. But like the lack of quality in the infants gameplay since they were launched as a live stage is laughable and it's not acceptable. And receiving these fixes right now, which in a whole hour of live stream that we watched together have not shown us much. I have not personally seen anything groundbreaking. And I know we're talking about bug fixes, but we still saw some bugs during the live stream about the fixes for these bugs. To me, it's just boring, unimpressive, yawning, and this is not the cool take. I believe that maybe it doesn't feel as cool. Let's put it this way: it doesn't feel as cool to us as it's feeling to them. But we're 3 minutes away from the end, guys. Hang in tight. Hold my hand. Hold my hand, baby. We can do this.
Cool. Yeah, this is the last poll. Okay, hearing in my ear that this is the last poll. So we asked who deserves the parent of the stream, and the choices were obviously us three, Morgan, Carlos, and myself. And then we added a fourth one in here, chat. The poll's already done. Do you guys want to know what they decided? 'Cause right now, only
I know it isn't
I
me.
know.
Right now, it looks like it's Alex.
Yeah, you would think that, but actually, the
I
winner
would have
is
voted for you.
by and large here, the winner is actually the chat. So they just
Let's go, chat.
voted for themselves, and you know what? They
Okay,
deserve
fair
it.
enough.
So
Fair enough.
Thank you for participating, chat. Thank you for not saving Carlos and letting him get hit by the meteor.
That
So,
was my favorite part.
yeah, all
Honestly,
around,
great,
yeah.
great. I did not expect that to happen.
Goodbye,
Goodbye.
Ghost Carlos.
I cannot step away here.
Could you become invisible?
Oh, I wish.
All right.
Production, make it happen.
Well, thank you all for joining us today. We've appreciated the chance to hang out and get to show off these updates, and we look forward to you seeing the full patch notes and the
actual
updates
patch.
coming out next week. So,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you. Dag,
Dag, dag.
Thanks
Bye.
for-
Wow. Wow. But I think it's appropriate as we reach the end of this very insightful live stream that we watched from The Sims 4. I want to ground us all with the words of a philosopher on words specifically on the world of The Sims, because I don't know if you knew it, guys, but The Sims, once you get into that rabbit hole, it's a whole fucking thing.
Okay. Okay.
Like I can't really
Sims
think
is
of
fun
anything.
though, man. When you fall on that rabbit hole, it's a whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a whole fucking thing, honey, once you get in that rabbit hole, okay? Quoted by Kid Cudi. My verdict, if you didn't catch it on this live stream, is absolutely bombastic. Criminal offensive side eye.
Bombastic side eye. Criminal offensive side eye. Bombastic side eye. Criminal offensive side eye.
We're side eyeing them, honey. Don't lie. We are all side eyeing. The Sims 4, this live stream that they put together, the fixes that are not fixing shit, and the people that are hyping this up. I don't know if you caught my latest short, honey. I had to do it. Sometimes I meme because I'm a funny gal. Sometimes I meme, and I had to meme today about the amount of people that I've seen online being like, "Oh, we can finally layer the clothes." And then I come here and watch this live stream, and we're layering undergarments. And that's the groundbreaking part of it all. And we're talking all about this infant autonomy. Where is she? Sorry, caregiver autonomy. And we caught bugs happening during the live stream. Babe. Insanity. Exploration Gamer coming with the right questions. Yes, my friend. Exploration Gamer is asking, are you doing a live stream of Paralives? Yes, 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 we are. So I'm still trying to figure out when those divas are thinking to drop it, like for my time zone. So whether it's going to be 25th, like in my morning, 25th, but like the midnight of 25th. So that's between my Sunday and my Monday. But my plan is, because it's dropping on a Monday, and on a Monday we usually play over here because we're gamer girls. I was thinking that for our 25th live stream, we could play Paralives, but I'm just trying to figure out what is the timing. But yeah, absolutely, we'll be playing it live. I'm excited to do it together, to explore it together for the first time. Um, so definitely do join. You gotta be subscribed and turn those notification on, so you know, or join Discord. So I will let you know. But I guess that maybe on the week before we will know exactly from Steam the time. I remember that when Inzoi came out, we streamed live, and it was actually, if I'm not wrong, I don't know if it was a Monday or a Thursday, but it was a day of live stream here at the Drama House, and the game was coming out at my midnight, and so I just delayed the live stream some hours, and then we were live as soon as the game was out. So my plan is to do the same with Paralives. It's coming out on May the 25th. It's confirmed. We're not going back. Mm-mm. We're not going back. It's happening. And I gotta tell you something. Actually, I was reading online that people in the Sims community, because the Sims community is so chilled. Like seriously, they have no chill. Some people were there saying, so Paralives releases the list of things that are going to be there, of features in the game, for the early access, and we read them in one live stream ago, one Thursday ago. We went through all these features and everything. The list is really not that different from what they had always been saying was going to be there on early access. But now some Sims 4 players, because that's what they're playing, honey, some say, they're Inzoi players. I don't even think that they are. But some people have the audacity to go online and write shit like, everybody was saying that this game was gonna end The Sims, but look at you now. Like, who's laughing now that you're going to get a game releasing in early access with no pools? Hello? Is there anybody home? I mean, when I read those, you know what I thought.
Jesus.
What? Like, the audacity of these people that are sitting here and watching the Sims 4 team telling you that it's so groundbreaking how you can now finally layer tops, like crop tops, under a under a sweater, okay, that makes no difference whatsoever. The Sims 4, the game that notably came out with no toddlers, with no pools, with no cars, and cars are still to be found, with no burglar, with no ghosts. So, how about that? A game made by Electronic Arts, pioneer in the gaming industry, has been around since forever, has produced insane, like major titles in the gaming industry, including the entire The Sims franchise. And these people, oh, it got me mad, I gotta tell you. And these people are like, you said that it was gonna be The Sims the Destroyer. And now who's laughing? You're getting no pools. Are you kidding me? And at first I thought, okay, yeah, this must be just speculation because the Sims community wants drama mama. But you know what? I got a notification, me in disbelief of this, because I was like, who would hate it? Like, why? Paralives is just trying to exist, you know? And if you've been keeping up, certain features that are not going to be there were always not gonna be there in early access, like in at the release of the early access, but are planned to come out later. So like, what is this shock? But to my disbelief, this afternoon, I get a notification on YouTube and I get a comment on a video. I did a video trying to dispel, this was months ago, before they even delayed the early access. So maybe it was a year ago. Ooh, I don't know. But there's this video that I have about Paralives. You probably have seen it on the channel because it's one of the, it got some good views. So it's there, like in the most viewed videos in the homepage of the Drama House channel. So I get this random comment today that is like, oh, I'm laughing now because you guys are about to get a game that has nothing. Look, I am looking forward because I support the idea of this team not, not giving up, keeping us posted, keeping us involved, having the ambition to go and do something like this. And I've said this so many times here, but I'm not tired of saying it at all. I am curious. Can we be curious for once, Sims players? I know we got cynical, we got older, but let's be curious. Let's just wait and see how it goes. Also, we gave this privilege to Inzoi when it came out, right? We were curious and waited and saw that it was empty. But personally, I gave it a try because we need to welcome competition. Competition, la competition in this in the landscape of live sim games is what will continue to move us forward. We cannot imagine a future where we just have the Sims and Sims only, because it's not fair to us as players, first of all. And it's not fair to continuing to endorse EA. You can leave the buyout out of this if you want to, but what are you endorsing? Like this that we just watched? A game that is 12 years old, and we're hearing people that work behind the scenes that continue to say how many limitations the game has, how hard it is for them to fix things that should not even be happening in this game. So don't come for Paralives on my watch. I just want to try it. I just want to play it. And and we always have the freedom. If you're skeptical about what is and what is not there, just join the Drama House. I will sacrifice myself. Me and my dear computer. We're here for you. You know we are. You've been here on Mondays. And we will explore it together. And then you can make up your mind. Make up your mind. I also don't know what we're going to be finding there, But isn't that kind of the excitement about it after so long, after so many projects that we thought were going to be the shit and they never even came out? Shouldn't we at least celebrate the fact that this is coming out? I don't know. Maybe this is why we cannot have nice things, honey. Okay, so are you up for a quick dish about the marketplace? I know we've been going live for over 3 hours already. But if you're up for it, I'm up for a little dish, a little marketplace comment section. And then just to decompress also after this entire live stream. I think we deserve to dish. So thank you, browser. We'll come back super soon, and let's dish, diva. You made it until the end of the stream. Look at you. Hello, hello. So today's dish theme, is that a thing? I don't even know if that's a thing. So today dish theme is the marketplace. The Sims 4 marketplace. She is still out of touch AF. And I don't know, maybe you were wondering, is the Sims 4 marketplace still giving read the room, honey? Yeah, she still is. Also, I wanted to tell you, but I don't have the screenshot right now because, you know, I'm always forgetting something. So last week I showed you this screenshot. Where is it? It's a picture of Sabrina Carpenter, and we found the Sims liking this. Insider Tea. I don't know, I don't have the screenshot right now saved, or I would show it to you. But you can go and check yourself, okay? If you follow the Sims on Instagram, just go. Actually, I can do it. What am I doing? I have the browser. I can show you. Hold on. Let me cook. Let me show you. Yeah, you know, I always have the good team. It's always happening at the drama house. Okay, let's see. Sabrina. Because I don't even follow with the drama house, the Sabrina Carpenter, actually. But my feed, because I started following Zara Larson. Because I need some summer inspiration. And I've been enjoying her music since The Sims 4 came out. We've been listening to Zara Larson, by the way. So the algorithm just suggested this to me. I think it was from the Met Gala. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Come here, browser. Look at this, you guys. And Instagram is so messy because she just shows me the likes from The Sims. Dun, dun, dun. Here they are again. So the reason why I noticed this is because I'm like, you guys, I'm giving you, how do you say it? A psychic tea. Is that a thing, Barbie? I don't know. Psychic tea?
Jesus.
Okay, no. Barbie is appalled by this. And I'm like, look, if in the following months, they're like, look at this pack. I mean, they're doing a Bridgerton kit. So maybe they're gonna do a Sabrina Carpenter or something. Have her sing in Simlish. Or something. You heard it here first. So should that happen, you know what you gotta do. When they announce it, we're all gonna go in that comment section and be like, the drama house has been predicting this since April, actually, because it was in the last episode that we saw this. So it was still April. In April, we saw this coming thanks to the messiness of The Sims 4 liking random celebrities' posts. Stop, The Sims. Stop it. Stop it. Instead of coming here to like Sabrina Carpenter's post, you know what The Sims team should do? They should go and check those applications for The Sims Partner Program, because I have heard that there are so many creators, and no tea, no shade. This is like, I'm not saying there aren't any creators. I'm saying that there are actually a lot of creators that are still waiting for their application to be accepted. Some of them have applied 9 times. So instead of checking, of liking Pop Girlie's posts, The Sims page, maybe go and check the people who actually wanna work for you, you know? But no, sorry, EA and especially The Sims, they're never going to give up the possibility of like getting these kind of things, like with celebrities, and just making meaningless content for people to think that they're cool. We all know that. But we're keeping our eyes on this. And again, if you see more traces of The Sims pages liking random stuff, let me know. You gotta tell me. Okay, but guess what? We're going back to YouTube. We've been traveling the platforms, honey. We went to Instagram, we went to Twitch. We're always traveling. On Monday, we travel in time. Stay until the end, baby, because I gotta tell you what I'm planning for Monday, by the way. We have 2 Mondays left until the Paralives Monday. The Paralives Monday. That's a cool way to put it. The Paralives Monday. And so I have an idea for what we're gonna be doing. And you might not have any choice. Any choice about it. Okay, but back to The Sims for il mercato della noia, the marketplace, the boring marketplace. Okay, so 7 days ago, but I've been busy. And also, you know, I am not actively, like some days I'm like, you know, should we cover every single thing? And I gotta be honest with you guys, doing the live, the Drama House talks, not only is being such a blast to hang out all together, truly, and you know, watch these videos and react together, but also it's a great chance for me to talk about stuff that I would not, you know, create a whole entire standalone video about. Like, if they drop new content on the marketplace, I'm not gonna make a video about it, but like this we can check, you know, we can see it. Let me just, I heard Mario going a bit cray cray. Let me see if he wants to come in. If it's Mario time, I'll be right back. He wanted to come in. He left some stash of food for himself. I don't know what his plans are. Maybe he heard that we're done watching watching the live stream, so he's like, can I come in now? Mario is my cat, if you're new around here. That's who we were letting in from the door. Okay, so The Sims says 7 days ago, we got new things for you because we heard that you love the marketplace so much. Discover the recent maker packs available now. Sorry, I felt like I had something in my hair. And you won't believe it, but not like less than a week ago, my house was invaded by a lizard. Which, you know, is not a big deal, but I live in the city, so it's kind of odd, and on the last floor, for a lizard to just get in my house. And this lizard bitch spent the night at my house, and then on the next day, she made her way on inside of my sweatshirt. And I was here chilling, watching YouTube, and I felt something in my shoulder. I just removed my sweatshirt and that bitch was in my back. So I'm always like, and my hair is very long, as you know. And so sometimes it's hard to determine if there's a lizard in it. Oh, hold on, Bionibots. When will we talk about the upcoming Bridgerton scam? I don't know. Like, I am not documented at all. Like, I know about the leaks. Maybe we can check the Sims community. But I'm into that tea too. You're disrupting the order. Go to your bed, so. No to your bed, so. Okay. As a punishment, we're gonna say hi. Hi. It's Mario time. Nah. That's all you get from him today. Okay, so they have new maker packs available because we know that the marketplace was a little bit empty. So from Brazen Lotus and Miiko. Is this it? Just two? The recent, okay, they're saying the recent ones. I just wanted us to browse very quickly because they are gloating about this, about these new packs. And you can let me know what you think of these objects, these items over here. And the comments are not disappointing. Diva, the comments are absolutely not disappointing, okay? First comment, I am astounded you guys had the gall to show close-ups of such low poly overpriced assets. Pretty much everything these custom content creators post outside of the marketplace for free are higher quality than this. Hello, clock that tea, honey. We gotta clock it because they're saying the things that these creators make for free are better than what you can buy for some moolah. Now, we know that it's true that The Sims, once you get in that rabbit hole, honey, it's a whole fucking thing.
Okay. Okay.
You know, like I can't really
Sims
think
is
of
fun
anything.
though, man. When you fall on that rabbit hole, it's a whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
Whole effing thing. As per Kid Cudi. I don't think I've ever opened a comment section on the internet and seen this many comments made by people all on the same page. The Sims finally did it. They finally united their community. And maybe there's some truth to that. We want gameplay. We have enough assets. Oh, good luck with that. But it's so console players can have. Mind you, even Bethesda allows console players to mod for free. Every comment here is negative and you deserve all of them. Stop the shitification of the game. EA is just so money hungry. 3 items for 300 mullahs. Nice joke. That is a nice joke, actually. It is a nice joke. Friend of the channel, Dawn of Nerd Life. Dawn, we found you here. I love it. Really, this is the best you got. Haven't touched the marketplace even for the free item, and I don't plan to. That's a drama house, friend, when I see one. Yes. Yes, honey. Bro, even Baldur's Gate 3 has a mod library for console. Seriously. Baldur's Gate 3 has a place in my heart. EA literally trying to put lipstick on a pig and making you pay for it. Yes. No thanks. I'm not spending my money on that moolah BS for a dribble of content. The marketplace is by far the biggest flop of this game. Rest in peace, Sims franchise. Maybe fix the glitch where when we buy something, it doesn't show up in the game. Oh my god. Wait, what? I think we saw, was it last week that we saw something like similar for console? No. Yeah, somebody has bought, no, they had bought the moolah and then they weren't seeing the moolah in their account. It was something like this, but okay, we are happy to see that this is happening even just like in terms of content on the marketplace in general, honey. That's great. Is anybody actually going to pay real life money for custom content when we've had extremely easy ways of getting it for free this entire time? Well, that's the question about the marketplace. Yes, it's crazy. Wow, the quality really hit rock bottom, huh? This was the worst idea in history, like seriously. Nobody wants that stupid marketplace with stupid microtransaction. Clock that T, honey, nobody wants it. Nobody. Like, I completely agree with all of this comment section when they say, dang, like we are such a divided community, yet you managed to make us come together because of the hate to the marketplace. Like, for real. Fix your game and get rid of the marketplace. People already spend their money on DLCs at this point. Admit you're going bankrupt. Admit it. Tell them, baby. Admit it. No thanks. Try to actually do the job for the money you want from us, or have the decency to pay people who work for you. No support from me. No support from me either. Don't buy that moolah. Don't give them money. Don't spend any real money or fake money on any new piece of content. Give nothing to EA, because EA is giving you nothing. So if they can justify their ridiculous financial decision as mere financial decisions, because what else? I mean, they can make excuses, right? This is so that console players can have custom content. BS. If they wanted to give console players custom content, they would have given them custom content. That's it. They want to help the creators, like the custom content creators, I mean, right? Bullshit. This is a financial decision because they need you to give them cash. So the same way they are making a terrible financial decision, make one too. You don't need to place that shit on morality. F that. Place it on economy, honey. Not in this economy. What? We're spending real money on a digital currency for a game that is 12 years old? Girl. Girl.
Ooh, girl.
Come on. Yes. Yes, baby. Exactly. No money for EA policy here. Period. Period. Abandonware and actual indie games are where it's at. Yes, queen. Absolutely. And hot people boycott EA. That's a fact. We're talking facts here. It's just for the baddies. It is what it is. Be gone, foul corporation. Yeah. Be gone, witch. This deserves a like. I also want to like Dawn's comment because it's the best. More and more useless things, reuse of what we have already. We have 2-3 kits about plants already, 2-3 with the name of modern. But this is so true. With the name of modern in it already. And it looks like an ancient fashion pack. Cozy whatever pack already have Cozy whatever pack already have this style of furniture and couches. For the last one, just buy Snowy Escape. Fixed for you. No thank you. Facts. I love when the girls are just spilling facts. Only commenting because the thumbs down are no longer visible. Rest in peace, console players, but stay strong. Stick to free custom content, PC players. Trust that most things on the marketplace already exist everywhere. Just gotta dig for it. Bling! It's true. It's true. They should read what we actually want. That it's been a long time since they last did that. But girl, you can try. Go and look. Oh, Matt, we found you. I love finding my Drama House friends here in the comment section. Boycott EA. Yes. Yes. Abso-freaking-lutely, honey.
Slay! Slay!
I don't know, Matt, if you're still watching us because it might be a bit late, but we gave you this shout out. You deserve it, honey. I love finding you in the comment section, spreading the good message. Boycott EA is just so easy, you know, so easy to boycott when you don't have much money to spend with. I've already said this and I stand by it. Give your money to something else. Give your money to a company that, you know, resonates with you, you resonate with them, and you're gonna feel good about it. No thanks. Nope. No. No thank you. No thanks. No thank you. How about no? How about no? You're a month late for April Fools. Rip off. Yeah. No. Sticking to modding. Fix the game for the love of God. I mean, goodbye with the fix the game. They want to sell you shit on the marketplace, if that's not clear. They want you to go to the marketplace, buy some moolah. Because again, it's not like you can go to the marketplace, you see this kit and you're like, slay, I need it for me. I need it for my life. I'm going to buy it and I'm going to spend like $1.99 on it. No. You need to go to the marketplace. You need to convert your money into a digital currency, which may not be refunded in the case of the entire marketplace scam. If it closed tomorrow, you probably have lost that money. They are not going to refund it to you. It's in their terms and conditions. So you got to do all of that for this content to please them, because ultimately this is what EA wants from you. The Sims players, this is what EA wants from you. They want you to believe that they fixed infants, and so your family gameplay is gonna be like insane. Didn't you see the live stream? You're gonna be mind blown. You're gonna be mind blown when you start layering those t-shirts, honey. It's gonna be a whole thing. So they want you to think that they fixed all of these beautiful things that mean the world to you, so that you go back to the game, and maybe if you go back to the game, they might as well manage to sell you some of these creators back. Meaning that maybe they might as well sell you some of that moolah. And don't forget that the way they do the conversions for the moolah is done on purpose, so that unless like you really buy so much more than what you actually need, you're always gonna be needing a little bit more to buy the next thing. It's done on purpose. But this game is not free to play. Like, the entire concept of the marketplace is just so out of touch. She is so out of touch. That's correct. Yes, BioniBots is saying, especially because those market items, but specifically the Create a Sim items, are blunt upcycling of already existing content we paid for. But why should a creator create something unique if they only get 30%? Correct. True. 70-30, that's the deal that EA gives to these makers. 70-30, 70 is for EA. I mean, they're doing all the heavy lifting, you know. They're hosting the marketplace. And then they're hosting the market, like, and then, no, sorry. Then they can also look at the things that these makers make and say, ugh, change it. EA looks at the drafts that the makers have for their upcoming packs, And EA's answer when they see them is,
Jesus.
hey, EA, I'm gonna make this new one. It's called Modern Basics. What do you think about it?
Jesus.
Barbie always know what to say, honey. But also, and I talked about this on the channel. I made a whole video because there was a little bit of drama in the community, and I was interested. And thank you to our Discord server for bringing that to me. Join now, honey, because we're always spilling some tea. And if you have some tea to spill, you gotta come there so you can let me know. But let's not forget that The Sims 4 Marketplace, and this is something that really nobody's considering because it's not truly happening that much yet, but the concept of having The Sims 4 Marketplace, monetizing custom content, paywalling creations made by other users. I mean, they are custom content creators, but technically it's like user-made content, right? So not from The Sims, not from EA. We're paywalling that. We're giving it absurd values so that we can enrich EA's pockets, right? But what nobody's considering is that this opening in the economy of custom content is disruptive to everybody, even to the creators that are not participating in the marketplace. Because I made a whole video talking about this custom content creator that felt entitled to paywall their hair for The Sims 4, which had previously existed as free content, or, you know, on a Patreon, so behind a Patreon subscription tier, or in you know, websites like The Sims Resource, where you either have the premium account or you watch the ads and you get the content without paying. Right? So that is one of the consequences of what EA is doing. Because it's not going to take a long time before the custom content creators that are not engaging with the marketplace, or even that they are, fuck it, why not? Like, they're not getting that big of a bag from EA anyway. It's not going to take a long time before they say, okay, so if before I thought that I was competing with some sort of like more or less free market, no, now I can feel entitled to say that I'm competing with the Sims 4 marketplace, and in there shit is not free. So I can see what my colleagues are doing in the marketplace and apply the same price tag to my content, to the one that I used to put for free or behind like a donation paywall. That's what we're seeing. So, and I think that it's very important that, especially if you are somebody that enjoys The Sims 4 custom content, you need to keep that in consideration, because the marketplace is going to change the economy of custom content. Indirectly relate. Hi. Oh my god, I was so deep into this little rant, I didn't see your message. Hi, thank you so much for being here. Do you have anything new on the Anadius situation? We were talking about this on Discord, right? I was seeing my Discord friends talking about this the other day, but personally I actually have not looked much into that, to be completely honest with you. Where is your favorite trusted source for free content for The Sims 4 and boycott EA? Yes, let's go. Let's boycott EA together, baby. So look, when it comes to The Sims 4, I'm gonna be super honest with you. I did most of my shopping on The Sims Resource, thesimsresource.com. It's a website. That was the first one that I explored. I did get some stuff from Mod The Sims. I think that on Mod The Sims, you can find the toy oven version for The Sims 4. You know, the toy oven from The Sims 2 and The Sims 3 that children play with? There's a version of it in Mod The Sims. So I would usually like, it was either something specific that I was looking for, and then Google shows you where it could be. But if not, when I was just browsing to shop, like I need new hair, The Sims Research was my place. So all the time for The Sims 4. There you go. Exploration Gamer also uses The Sims Resource. I think that The Sims Resource and Mod The Sims are probably the biggest ones. I also found, but this is more for The Sims 3 and not for custom content much, but more for like mods. I mean, there are singular creators, that's true, but I have found a lot of good stuff. And also thanks to the help of the wonderful Drama House Discord server that helped me a lot. If you join, honey, we have links there, and you can ask. And so many of us and so many of the server members are so much better than I am. Like all of the mods that I have in my The Sims 3 installed right now, they're coming from the knowledge of our wonderful drama friends, because I barely had any. But there's a lot on Tumblr for The Sims 3, like all of those like shading, like to make the game look better. A lot come from there. But for The Sims 4, yeah, The Sims Resource was my thing. But thank you for asking. I appreciate you. So guys, this is the tea on the marketplace. She's still out of touch, and just FYI, they're not gonna back down. Unfortunately, it's not gonna happen. I know we all hope that they will stop, but we gotta keep it real. I gotta give you always, and I'm always giving you. I'm moving my arm because Mario is here, by the way. I'm not just just doing off-camera gestures, but he's being very clingy and he's in his bed now. But the real tea is this, honey. The marketplace is not going anywhere. Maybe in some years they will remove it, who knows, but for now she's staying. They're not gonna roll back this feature just because nobody likes it. Besides, there must be somebody who's buying these mullahs, so yeah. And I think that they're actually making plans for expansion of this marketplace, so I really don't think she's going anywhere. And same with the buyout. The buyout is not going anywhere. EA is getting privatized. It's happening. It's happening. And we're gonna have the news one day or the other. I mean, expected, I guess, around June. That the buyout is finalized. And then we will have to take it from there and see what pathways exist for us to keep engaging and also talking and exploring all the tea. But you know what, honey? I'm always gonna give you the real one. Even if it hurts, even if it's sad, even if it's a bit disappointing. But I think that it's just better to know the truth, so we can decide how to countermeasure it, and we can also make our own opinions about things. Because, even the marketplace, the reason why it's not sitting well with anybody, it's not that it's like, oh, we don't want to give money to The Sims 4. I mean, some people, yeah, are saying it because of that. But most of the people are seeing all the other different shades that come with this marketplace thing. Mainly the question, which is this year question, honey, is it fair to monetize user-generated custom content for a game like The Sims? And that's what's not sitting well with people, I think. Okay, divas. I mean, we've been going for almost 4 hours, but when I'm here with you, time just flies, and I love it. I love it for us. I'm going to finish the poll, to end the poll. So you guys, if you haven't voted, please vote. If you think it was a bad poll, let me know. I mean, we're gonna improve them. I promise we will improve them. And I also encourage you, if you have any topics for the next episodes of our Drama House Talks, tell me on Discord. You know, we're always spilling on Discord. Or now in the chat or in the comment section to this video. I usually clip this live stream into a smaller video because a lot of people are like, what, 4 hours of this queen yapping? Hell no. So I also clip it, and you, in case you can comment there too. Don't see the poll anymore. Wait, what? Poll is gone. Wait. How about, do you see anything now? Maybe you don't see it because you already voted? I have no idea. Poll is gone, babes. I'm so, okay. So are you now seeing the results of the poll? Yeah, the results, yes. So do you like, let me go. Browser, you've been so helpful. The question was, do you like The Sims 4 infant gameplays? The majority of you, 48%, said hate it. 33% of you said never played it. And 19% said love it. And I told you my take on infants. You know, I tried playing as much as I could because I love family gameplay. I just don't think that these new changes to the infant life stage are going to make family gameplay players, family gameplay lovers in The Sims 4. I don't think they're actually going to make, you know, their life so much better. But we shall see. Also, did you hear The Sims team? They are saying we have so many other updates for you. They want to update autonomy. They want to update eating, drinking, and dining. So we shall see. And I hope we'll have more content to watch together and react to together because it's always so fun. I hope you've been enjoying it too. You know, we made this shift from playing all the time during the live stream to having this little moment to hang out, spill some tea, try to, like, you know, explain stuff, break down stuff. And I think that there is so much stuff that we still need to explain and break down together. So I'm looking forward to doing it together. I so appreciate you for stopping by. I hope I'll see you on Monday. And I have a new video coming out. I think you guys are going to like it, but I'm not going to give you too many spoilers. What I am going to give you spoilers about, and then we can keep talking about this on Discord, honey. But what I am going to give you spoilers about is what I want to do on Monday. So we have 2 Monday live streams before Paralives comes out. And my crazy idea is this. I don't know if you knew, but I found out that there is a Barbie... Sorry. There is a Detective Barbara mystery on vacation. It's not called that on vacation, but they are on vacation. 2. And it's made like 1 or 2 years after the Detective Barbie game we played. So my my heart would lead me there. Now we'll see, because it's a bit problematic. So I definitely want to see if it runs. Not like Barbie Animal Pet Rescue. But even if we have some little inconveniences, as long as we're together, we shall overcome. So I'll let this sit with you. And then, I'll see you on Monday. I'll surprise you on Monday. you know, it's fun. It's a good time. We get to snack and hang. So, what else is there to ask you guys? Thank you so much. Don't forget to leave a like on this live stream. Finger crossed that The Sims doesn't claim any of what we watched today. Please, please. We don't need that from them. Not that, please. And stay tuned for upcoming videos, next live streams, and oh my god, Paralives is just coming so soon. I can't wait. Thank you guys. Be blessed. Have an excellent weekend. But I'll be talking to you. So we'll talk before the weekend. Thank you. Ciao, ciao.